everyone. Welcome, good evening, one and all. Hope you're all having a wonderful Monday night. Big J will be with us momentarily. Hope you all had a wonderful Monday. Hope it wasn't too bad for you. And hope you didn't stay up too late last night waiting for lockout to finally get undone. But yes, it was quite a bit of carnage on the weekend. I don't know how many of you managed to quickly jump on and have a look at my freaking team review, my round review of what happened to me this week, and I barely cracked 2K. So yeah, if you haven't already, go on over and check that out. But yeah, Big J will be with us very shortly. Theo, how's it going, mate? I got 224K in the bank. Very nice, very nice. I have done McCh and Sexton for Jackson and Powell. Is this a good trade? I assume you're asking me. McCh and Sexton, Jackson. Are you talking about Luke Jackson? Are you trading in Luke Jackson now? Really? That's an interesting time to trade in Luke Jackson as Big J.
What's up, everybody? Sorry I'm late, mate, but I'm here now. Just recording my team review, so that will come out, after this episode, I guess.
Mate, Theo's trying to trade in Luke Jackson this week.
It's not the dumbest idea. I'm waiting until, I've still got some time left for him. I think he's going to drop a little bit in price. So, yeah, it's not bad, but I wouldn't get him just yet, I think.
Let me just share this screen of mine here.
From all knowledge, Sean Darcy isn't going to miss any time. So I think there might be some worries that he's going to miss some time. From what I've seen so far, he's not. So yeah, we'll wait and see for that, I think.
Jesus, everybody on Supercoach at the moment. I'm trying to press Luke Jackson's name, and it's not happening for me right now.
Yeah, one thing I would say about the new UI is searching players has turned into a bit of a pain. I just kind of miss you can search up a player. We can't do that as much now. So Luke Jackson is 485K. Break even of, let me quickly check. Break even of 114. So still has some money to lose, but yeah.
There he is, 114. Look, he could do it. I mean, but he's playing against the Swans this week, so it's not an easy matchup. Oh, Travis already kickstarting things off, bro. I told you Lions would tag Raul, bro. It wasn't even just a tag. It was a head-to-head. He was baptized Orthodox style. I don't know if you know what the Orthodox Church do, but I know that when a baby's a baby, they fully dunk him in, submerge him
I've seen those videos online. It's pretty funny.
It's legit as if you're dunking in an Oreo into milk or something. I don't know, but it's just dunking this baby in Orthodox style. That's what Dunkley and Neil did to Matt Rowell on the weekend. They just baptized him. It was embarrassing. He wasn't just taken to the cleaners, mate. He was remade into a new human being. That was him. The Suns were disgusting in general, and I own multiple of them, which is very depressing.
Yeah, when I saw it, Joe, I know we've had a bit of a rivalry, Took Miller versus Matt Rowell, and it didn't work out that well for you this week, I have to say.
I got both of them, mate. I'm a double loser, not even a half a loser. He's Theo. Thank you. I think we run a pretty good job here, and it's all thanks to people like you guys interacting. It's been awesome. Velo, good evening to you. Very sorry about Friday night. Shame you guys couldn't get the job done over Collingwood, but not everyone can draw with Collingwood and get away with it, can they?
You know who got the bloody job done? Not Bevo. And I don't know how Bevo's still in a job after this week. He lost to Hawthorn, Joe. Bevo lost this week.
It's still Monday. Calm it down. It's still Monday.
I know. Just
there's still time. There's still time for Bevo to get the sack. Yeah. I can't believe he's not playing Riley Sanders. Why is Riley Sanders not playing?
There's a problem with Bevo. and it comes down to attitude and ego. And anytime you
Yes.
come in and you affect Bevo's ego and you make him look bad,
Yep.
he's going to punish you for it. And I feel like that tantrum after, I'm not going to say tantrum because he shouldn't have been subbed. I feel like after he got subbed by Bevo during the game, it just didn't look as good. And yeah, Bevo copped a bit of heat for it, which meant that the player copped a bit of heat. I don't think it's a structure thing. I think maybe with Libba being out. So the story with Libba at the moment, obviously, I think even after the head knock in the first quarter, he just didn't look good. He looked zonked already.
Yeah.
And then got the head knock, the blood in the fourth quarter as well. And yeah, seems to be out for multiple weeks, 2 concussions in a month, which isn't great. And guess what, Joe? He's been suspended for a week as well. So I don't know if that goes in concurrence with his concussion protocols or if that's a week, a little bit later. But yeah, there was the first bump. If you scroll down a little bit, after that first bump is when he just looked out. I'm not sure if he'll get flagged for ads or whatnot.
Yeah, that's why I've turned off the sound.
He was zonked after that. So yeah, it's not great.
Unbranded. I swear to God, I don't know what this is. Unbranded. I don't know if you're a bot, like some sort of AI or something, but I'm not even joking. I feel like every single live stream I've ever attended on YouTube, there's always unbranded saying hello at the start of every stream. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, maybe he's just friendly. I don't know. Why are you picking
Unbranded. You are on point with the start of every single live stream. That is incredible dedication. Absolutely love it. Oh, Mikey, mate.
Mikey.
He has nothing to say. He's got nothing to say other than just, hey, Joe. Mike, I was gonna read your high without the $5, but you've done it even more, definitely. And you're an absolute superstar, mate. We got the job done out west. How good are we?
Yes, you did.
We're so good.
Yeah, you did. Oh, mate. I wish my team could have got a job done. I think we got a job done on them, unfortunately.
Yes, for sure, unfortunately. Rodney, how's it going, Rodders? Surely Clayton Oliver has shown enough to say he is back. Out Roberts in Oliver.
You can do it. If you don't mind kind of spending a little bit more money, 100%. Like, just throw some cash at it. As you say, he looks really good. And for me, in my head, I still want Petrarca because I just can't afford Petrarca if I don't make some things happen. But yeah, if you're one of those lucky people that still has a boost, that, maybe wants to downgrade and not spend a lot of money, there's a lot of people jumping on Parish and Oliver this week. And yeah, he does look good. He does look good.
Oh, 100%. If I had a boost, I would be boosting him in this week. But
like you can still go Powell to Oliver and you're not worried too much about it.
True. But I need
76K.
But I need Mr. Peroxide. I need that piece of scum. Honestly, that degenerate puke scoring in the back line, it's just disgusting. I have to get it in. He's D1, isn't he? He's D1.
Oh, easily. I said it in my team review. I think from now on, it's just pick Luke Ryan, pretend that I've got a $9 million team, and then go on from there.
Oh, my God.
Mike,
oh, my God. Mike,
Parish. How much is Parish? That's my question.
Bro, Mike, what are you doing, brother? What are you doing, Mike? You gotta save some money for some... Oh, mate, thank you so much.
Thanks,
Parish,
Mikey.
bro. We were on him all preseason.
Yep.
Was on him. We were on him in the preseason. He's finally turned it around. 28 break even. Mate, if Luke Ryan was already in my team, this week I would have done what I could to bring in both Oliver and Parish in my team. But unfortunately, this guy is just too much of a must that I have to get Ryan in. But if you can, I know Abs, the Skodfather. He is getting both Clary and Parish this week.
But he's also offloading Elliot Yo.
True.
Elliot Yo's in the bin.
But DP3, mate, we know what he's capable of. He's done it in the past. He had a great preseason. Obviously, we had the problem that we had this time around is that he copped the soft tissue injury. But he's been building. He's been building very slowly. Started slow, obviously had to get right, but there was the post-match interview, and he did say that his body's feeling back to 100%, feeling normal again, as if he never got injured, which is obviously really promising to hear, because that's what you want to hear. He did say that he started slow as he was trying to get that confidence, but now you can see he's running over the ground and he's doing great stuff in and under. Mate, there are definitely worse options than Darcy Parish at 528k.
That's very, very true. There's some things to be careful though. Like I'm not going to spoil myself, but as a newly acquired Zach Merritt owner, I'm a little bit worried, Joe, about the Parish bomb. Should I be worried? If you've got Zach Merritt, should you be worried about Parish? Or no,
Why?
It doesn't matter too much.
Why would you be worried?
Like pinching some of his points a little bit.
Oh, no, he's not. Parish is an outside player. And Merritt. Sorry, Parish is the inside player. Merritt's the outside player.
Okay.
I mean, Bont and Libba score really well side by side.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's fair.
West Coast Kedra. Well done. To you, West Coast Eagles rule, I say well done. You fronted up. You've come in. You've said good evening. You've said congratulations.
No socks today.
I'm not eating socks, and I'm not asking for a lotto ticket. I think you offered me last week. West Coast Eagles rule. It's all right. Keep it for yourself. Your viewership is more than enough. Thank you very much, mate.
This week we scored 21.
Jeez, I'm hearing another big J in the background. Zach, how's it going, man? Rookie Coach, good evening to you as well. If you guys haven't, check on over to Rookie Coach. Give him a sub as well. Doing consistent uploads is always a positive thing. Hope you're well and survived the carnage. Well, I survived the carnage, but not very well is the problem, Rookie Coach.
Yeah.
I survived.
Wasn't great for Joe this week, unfortunately.
Story of my life. Harry, mate, what a win by your boys last night, Harry. Well done. Evening to you. I traded in Clary after his bye. 141 this week, mate. That is absolutely wonderful. Good stuff. What's his break even now, Clary? What's he on now? Clayton Oliver. I forgot what it was. 48. Very impressive.
Yep.
And who does he play this week? He's got the Blues. He scored 128 on them last time, 126 before, 140 before. Mate, if he does anything similar this week, and then we know that Elliot Yeo is missing the next 2 weeks, so this is going to be a West Coast without Elliot Yeo, who obviously does a lot of heavy lifting in that midfield, could be really big. This could be Clayton Oliver revenge arc starting right here, right now.
Mm-hmm. Makes me want to put him in my team, but I just can't afford it this week. So, yeah, if you look at those projected, Joe, it's not bad. But if you look at his high scores, though, it's not. Yeah, Petrarca or Oliver next week is my plan. I can't do it this week, but one of those two is my plan for next week.
If I had to pick one or the other, I'm definitely I have to get Ryan in. He's just such a must.
No, you have to. I think.
I freaking hate this guy so much. I have to pick him. Vela, I watched Formula One today.
Yep.
I know nothing about Formula One. All I know is F1 could be Sam Flanders, and I'm happy he's in my team.
Yeah. I think someone was saying, like, he's coming off a nose job injury, and, McLaren's not exactly that much of a good team or whatever. So, yeah, congratulations to him. Nice win. Seems like a likable fella. He put out an interview, I think, last year saying, the commentator asked him, are you going to win any games? And he said, yep, I'm going to win one. So he's won it now, I guess.
Very nice, very nice. Eagleton sounded so happy in the review. I know, man. I'm so happy, aren't I? I'm so happy with where my team is at the moment, West Coast Eagles rule. It's wonderful. Jonas, what's the number one injury in the AFL? Sore nostrils? Lucky it's only a 0 to 1 week injury. a little trip to Dorovich pathology.
Pretty much.
Craig Dalano. Dalano. Hi, boys. Ciao, bello. Is no upgrade this week okay? Planning on going Campbell and Williams out for McCh and Jones this week, and then Roberts and Cadman out for Stewart and Track or Oliver next week.
Look, it's not bad. You can get away with it, but the problem is that a lot of teams are upgrading. Now, if you had boosts left, fantastic. You can kind of do your 2 upgrades and go there. McCh is not bad. People are saying McCh is going to be a keeper in his position now. Could definitely be. We'll have to have a look at what happens with the rest of the team and scoring wise. But yeah, it's not terrible. I personally would say upgrade. I don't like bringing in 250k players that are probably going to get to 400k or 450. But it is what it is, I think. I don't think McCh is that cheap either, but does have a fairly low break even. Let me quickly check.
Took 5 kick-ins on the weekend.
309k. So would you bring him in, Joe? If you think, hey, McCh is going to come out, somehow be a defensive primo, I think some people are hoping. Or he is going to, what's his break even right now? Negative 61. So he should make a lot more money. Yeah,
Look at
of course.
this hate,
like, where's he playing? He's playing in the back line, you know.
Man, I said this.
People held him, and they were very, very happy that they held him.
I know. I literally said that there's no way he's going to persist in the midfield and he will return to the back line. I said this, but then he does his freaking ribs, and it's like, oh, I can't touch it. But now, if anything, the fact that he did cop that injury to the chest just goes to show that there was nowhere else he was going to play but the back line, because you can't risk him playing on the ball again.
Well,
after what happened to him.
It's more that, I don't know if it's the rib injury that's done it. I think it's more the just moving around of guys like Sheasel, who were in the back line, and now the coach has kind of come in and said, cool, you've got to change up where you're going. I think it was Sheasel, Wardlaw, and LDU in the middle this week. So, yeah, that's why Sheasel's scoring went down, and that's why McCh has been doing well the last couple of weeks. Yeah. He's lost all his kick-ins too, I think. I don't think he's had as many kick-ins.
Yeah, 0 kick-ins. Oh, this is... Great. Oh.
And it's a new role for Sheasel too, so it's someone to watch. I kind of said it in my review. Don't need to worry about him right now, but be wary over the buy rounds what happens with Sheasel. If you've got a spare trade and the guy's not scoring as well, I hate to say, but Clarko could be the new Bevo, and he basically, or the new Leon Cameron, and he basically just killed like Sheasel as a D2 this week.
I'm worried, bro. You tell me not to worry. I am worried, but I have to do other things around my team. And surely he has stints where he goes to the back line. Like, he is so much better than Fisher.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, don't do it off 1 week of, like, poor form. Yeah. Like, what did he score last week in Supercoach? Last week he scored, scroll down.
108.
Yeah. So 108, you're fine in the back line.
Yeah, but he only had 14% CBAs, not 45% CBAs.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So don't jump the gun and, he had 1 week of 45%. Let's get him out of your team. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but why do you have 45% this week?
As I said, the coach has started to push Sheasel a little bit higher up the ground. So, yeah. We'll wait and see what happens, but don't need to worry about him too much.
But McCh, I think McCh is cemented in that role, though, right?
Yeah, but I think Fisher could be the one that moves out, because Fisher was shocking. Fisher had, like, turnover city on the weekend. Like 40 touches, but 30 of them are kicks to the opposition. You worry about what team he's playing on at some point, Joe. But yeah, I think Fisher could be out potentially, and then a McCh comes in.
He's a shit player.
Means he's not great.
He took 6 kick-ins, 30 disposals at 67% efficiency.
Yep.
But 95.
I don't think the disposal efficiency is kind of appreciative either. I think there are a lot of kicks to the opposition, or like long bomb kicks, so they still count as being good disposal because it's over 40 meters. So yeah, Oh,
Bro, I
something to
can't
worry about,
believe-
but not right now. Upgrade your team, keep your primos, and then you'll be right.
I hate this guy. I can't believe this guy is ruining our beautiful North Melbourne players. I love how I'm saying our beautiful North Melbourne players because I now have a vested interest in how they perform.
Doubly so when you play you guys
Adamo,
twice.
Baltacino. Oh, much love, brother. Much love.
Thanks, mate.
Jonas, Tom Green is
Yeah.
a dud. Of course.
He-
I was waiting for this from you,
Yeah.
Jonas.
He's someone who I'm not going to pick next year. I think that depending as well on what happens with these buy rounds, like if round 0 happens, no way I'm touching Tom Green. Like my midfield's already sorted at that point. But yeah, I was saying to Joe off air during the week and on the weekend, like he just has these games where he drops a stinker, and you can always get Tom Green cheaper. Like maybe it's the type of role that he plays. Like if they move the ball too quick, he just doesn't see it for periods of time. But something happens, and then that's what happens. So look at his scoring, right? Versus Carlton, versus St Kilda, 4 scores. So there'll always be times. Yes, he'll have a big game, and we've seen that 159s, 152s, heck, even the 130s are great. But I think due to the nature of his role and the way that the team's playing at those times, the ball just goes straight past him. And it's a bit like Tuke Miller, right? Tuke Miller's not that run and carry type. He good congestion player, but very rarely does he do like a Nick Martin, Zach Merritt type role. So I think Tom Green's in a similar vein there, and the ball just goes past him, and then cool, no scoring. So it's not great.
Mate, I think we're being
He doesn't
little bit
kick a lot of
harsh.
goals either. It's not like he supplements his scoring with goals on top of it.
Yeah, but I think we're being a little bit harsh on the guy considering that he only had 13% time on ground before
No,
being subbed off with an
I
ankle.
understand. I just think that in terms of being forced to pick Tom Green, you don't have to. Like you're never forced. Tom Green is one of those players throughout the year that you'll always get cheap. Similar to Petrarca. Like I think there'll just be games where you'll always be able to get him cheaper. Some people are asking about Tom Green's injury. Do you want to pull up the Tom Green injury there, Joe? See if I can find the comment. There you go. Zach's asking here, any news on Williams and Green?
Yeah, so Giants has cleared him of any serious ankle injury, and he's actually a test. He's a test for this week. He could face the Bombers. Mate, he was averaging 30.7 disposals, 13.7 contested, 6.1 clearances, and 5.7 tackles to start the season, on track for a maiden All-Australian Blazer. He is 23 years old. We'll need to prove his fitness at training next week before facing Brad Scott's side. This guy is a jet. And I've let you talk, but I will not have any slander on this guy's name. He is one of the best mids in the entire competition. He is my brother's age. And my brother, the most athletic thing he can do is get out of his
play football, can he?
He's the most athletic thing, my brother. No disrespect, Daniel, but the most athletic thing that my brother can do is get out of his gaming chair after spending I don't know how many hours with his mates online. This guy is one of the greatest players that we've got in our league. He's a jet. He's a gun. And when he's fit and allowed to play his game, he scores like no one else's business. So.
I didn't say he doesn't. I just
he's
said
a top 8 mid. He's top 8 mid.
I just said that you can get him cheaper. There's times during the season where you'll be able to get him cheaper.
Yes, you can get Bont for cheaper. You can get Bont for cheaper. You can get anyone for cheaper. No one goes up in price and stays up.
Zach Merritt hasn't dropped much this year.
He has.
He's dropped 30K.
He's dropped in price. That's a drop.
He's dropped 30K. 30K is nothing. I sneeze and 30K comes out.
Bro, how old is Zach Merritt? He's not 23. I'll tell you that. Bont and Pelly. How much has Bont dropped? Bont's dropped 101,000. Nah. Let's not start Bont.
Hey, a lot of people didn't. A lot of people didn't.
I know. Well done to them. They didn't start him. And they're laughing.
Nick Dacos. A lot of people didn't start Nick Dacos as well.
I know. But I'm just trying to say, people will People dropping price.
Anything on Zach Williams' injury, Joe?
Zach Williams. I don't know about Zach Williams. Zach Williams is done, bro. He's done a hammy. It's a hammy. Yeah. He had ice on his hammy.
You don't keep Zach Williams from this point.
No.
Let me see if we can. I'll keep picking up the stuff. Cool. Josh is saying here, do I keep Reed and bring in a Jade? No. Forget Jaden Short. No more Jaden Shorts. Yeah, next week, so many options. Track, Zorko, and Merritt. Yeah, I've got Merritt this week. Spoilers. Looking at getting Track next week. The only thing with Track is he's another poor score on top of his other poor score. So if I can quickly check, he is down to 550k. But what's his break even? Let me just see.
It's very high.
Break even of 127. So maybe this is the week. But you need him. You need him or Oliver over the next couple of weeks, just because of their scoring. So if you can't afford Petrarca next week, Oliver might be the get. But yeah, we'll wait and see. Does yours look different to mine?
This is Zorko.
Oh, no, that's Zorko. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's one definitely that you want over the next weeks. Zorko, I think, can wait, but Zorko's won a 160 score or something on the weekend. It scares me a little bit, Joe. Not owning this player. Yes, they just demolished the other team and forward line's a bit arse at the moment, but it hurt not owning him this week, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly can't help but feel that Zorko could play forward at any point in time. Yes. I know they lost Lincoln McCarthy and Darcy Fort. So they've lost 2 forwards, and then they've also lost 2 defenders, I think, on the weekend. Answorth and someone. Starcevic. So they've lost two defenders and 2 forwards. I don't know if this guy maintains his halfback role or not. So, yeah, there's no rush to get him in with 102 break even anyway. So, yeah, next week a lot to contemplate. Of those 3, I find it hard to go past Zach Merritt. I think I've been talking about Zach Merritt all preseason long, and that you need to get him in your team, and it's the fixture. It's the fixture that's to come. He's got North and Richmond back to back after the Giants.
My round 14 bye is looking worse and worse, though, Joe.
Who cares? Up until that point, you can sideways. You can train to someone else.
Oh, round 14 bye is a pain.
It'll be a pain. You'll be in Spain without the S, but
So will a lot of other people.
It's too good though. Zach Merritt is too good not to, and I reckon he is right now the All-Australian captain. Yes, Max Gawn definitely is giving him a real shake for it, especially with that massive captain goal that he kicked on the weekend. But I still reckon that Max Gawn has got more support around him than Zach Merritt does. So I reckon Zach Merritt right now, what he's doing this year, has been nothing short of inspirational. My captain, my hero, I love him.
That's why he's in my team this week.
That's why he's in your team this week. Absolutely. Josh, g'day. Would you trade Harley Reid if it was the only way to get Luke Ryan?
Yes. Yeah. If it was the only way you could do it, 100%. I said it in my team video today. Harley Reid has a 42 break even, and some people considered him to be a forward keeper. I think in a world where like your forward line is probably going to average 80s or 90s, he could be a forward keeper. But in terms of actually scoring in Supercoach and things like that, I dropped Tom Powell for the same reason this week. That 59 really hurts him. If it was an 80 or something, maybe not. But you need Luke Ryan. Luke Ryan's a beast. As the season progresses, it's a lot easier to pick up. I said it with Tom Powell this week, right? And other players. It's very easy to get in a 450k player. It is very hard later on in the season to get a 600k player. Trade your 450k guys if you're not sure they're going to be keepers. Get in your 600k guys who you know they're going to be keepers. Do it. Your team will look better. You'll be happier.
Yeah. He's the #1 point scorer for the year, ahead of Max Gawn now.
Yep, because he's 133.8. Beating Max Gawn by 0.8. If Max Gawn had kicked two more points, then he would have not been higher. But yeah, Luke Ryan's fantastic.
Freaking hate this guy. He's such a degenerate scorer.
Velo's saying here, Powell is a must-trade. Agree. And thinking Roberts as well. Agree. I'm looking at either getting Luke Ryan, Sarong, Oliver, or Darcy Jones. Yeah. Well, if you don't have Ryan, I'm a big advocate this year on filling out the top of your team and then working your way down. Yes, we've been kind of doing the opposite with grabbing all these midfielders, but you can definitely do it that way and be very, very happy. I'm looking at also getting an Oliver or a Petrarca next week, but yeah, grab Luke Ryan, finish off your defense if you can, hopefully, and then finish off the rest of your team. We've still got forwards. Now, we did get hurt by a few of these players, but we've still got forwards like a Darcy Wilson. We had Harley Reid score it a few weeks ago. We had Sam Darcy score it as well. We've got forwards that are still outscoring premiums in the forward line. So, yeah, you don't need to worry about it as much. They can still score well. Finish off the other two positions, leave the forward line for later.
Yeah. Screwed my C pick this week. Could have had Bont, but picked Rao.
Oh, well, it happens.
Ouch.
It happens.
G'day, Frankie. Thanks
What's
so
up,
much,
Frankie?
Bevo knows best, so F all the rest. You don't mess with the mad king of the West. Riley Sanders is a whinging pest. Sup that lad. Make him love the vest. Beautiful.
Yeah, and then he will leave. I think it's tough. Like, I don't think Harley Reid's ever going to leave, but you got to be careful these days. The Dogs don't have a history of players leaving, but other clubs definitely do. And I think as we start to revolve into a marketplace type scenario where young kids are leaving after their first and second contracts, it's going to be tough. The Dogs could end up in a situation where he doesn't re-sign. A lot of players haven't yet, but he doesn't re-sign. And then come middle of next year, if he's in a similar situation, Riley Sanders, a lot of clubs are going to be asking and saying, hey, look, you're going to play pure mid. So, yeah, he could end up out the door.
I'm pretty sure Bontempelli also hasn't signed on, right?
Oh, he'll sign. But Bond's a bit different than a first-year player.
Yeah, but why hasn't he signed?
Players want a lot of money, Joe, these days. There's massive contracts popping up this year. They're talking about Cam Zerha is going to get band 1 compensation if he leaves. And yeah. A lot of players.
When does he... Western Bulldogs, is he in this year? No, is it next year?
Maybe it's
that he's out of contract. 2020.
Tim English is going to be very expensive too. You know, I'd love. You know what I would love, Joe?
Want unrestricted free agent next year.
Joe, you know what I would love? If North Melbourne, it's never going to happen, but if North Melbourne came out and said, Dogs, you can have our first round pick, give us Riley Sanders. I'd be happy.
Bro, Bontempelli is still an unrestricted free agent.
Joe, he's never going to leave the Dogs. Don't worry about it.
Bro, why hasn't he signed yet? Is there
because he doesn't need to. He's got 1 year left on his contract. Why does he need to sign?
Nah.
Where's he going?
Legit, bro.
Where's he going?
Where's he going? Freaking everyone and their mum will be happy to take on Bontempelli. Are you?
He's very old. He's getting older though. That's something to worry about a little bit. He's not
28 years old.
How old?
28.
Yeah. So potentially by the end of when's his birthday? I know. How are we doing Bontempelli?
November 24.
So by the end of next year, he's 30. How many people are going to offer Bontempelli at 30 big money? Like he's at 30.
Yes.
Like no one's giving him 5 years at $1 million.
Gladly. You don't even need him for 5 years. I'd gladly take him for 2.
Of course, everyone would take him for 2.
But you'd offer him big money. Your front end, it's a big deal. A big deal. You get him over the line. You even give him 3.
Let's talk some more Supercoach. People aren't here to hey, Jake's boys, Comben and Roberts for Jones and Luke Ryan. No, I like it. Do it. I like it.
Yeah.
You could probably get Tom Stewart, I think, in the next week or so. I don't think he's a must-have right this second. But yeah, definitely do the other stuff.
Well, to keep Reid, I could bring in Jaden Short. No.
Tom Stewart's got a 132 break even, so he's going to drop a little bit of money again.
Jaden Short.
No.
Ryan's going to go up in price next week.
I said this before.
He's not that bad. He might play this week, Trav.
We did these ones. You're skipping ahead.
What do you mean?
We're down to like here. We're not. We've passed these questions.
We didn't say hi to Hold Your Ghost,
Yeah, we did.
did we? Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
And the Sports Nut as well?
I think so. Hey, Sports Nut, if we didn't say hello. Hey, Mr. Ghost. I think we up to.
Good evening.
There you go.
Yes, Ultimate Fitness Camp. Good evening to you. See, we don't like skipping comments. We like to go through all of them as much as we can. Need a good trade for sure. Globes, the boys. How's it going, brother?
What's up?
Jonas, short. 384K. Last 5 games are disgusting.
No thanks. He might leave Richmond. I know they're trying to clear out a few of their players. It might be him, might be Baker, might be Graham, a few of these other guys who are going to jump ship, and could be the right time to do it. I mean, a Jaden Short at like a North Melbourne would do wonders, I think. So, yeah, him and Graham, we'll give you a pick for him.
Yeah, we don't want to. Yeah, exactly. We don't want to pick him. Tessie, Tewai. Got Clary Sinclair, Darcy Jones in. Oh, he's got a boost. Oh, I'll miss those. Out. Zane Dersma, Zach Williams, and Matt Roberts. Very impressive.
Nice.
I love it. Rule, Libba and Yo out. Luke Ryan and Neil. You got Clary last week. Yeah, you have permission to type in caps. You have you got Clary last week for a 141. Congratulations. Jonas, bet on Thursday night, Carlton versus Melbourne, either team. How'd you go? I'm pretty sure you presented us with a bet last week, Jonas. I don't remember what that was. How did that one go? Either team under 19.5. If you're going to gamble responsibly. Jonas, as you can tell, is our resident sports bet enthusiast. Freddie, how you doing, mate? I don't think Durham is far off. Give me a big score as well. Bro, Sammy Durham has arrived, and everyone is only now just discovering it. This is Sam Durham's world, and we're all just living in it. People haven't caught on just yet. Freddie, thoughts on Sheasel, Roberts, and Sexton to Young, Oliver, and Jones?
Which Young? What, Young got
Aiden
injured,
Young.
right? Didn't he do his hammy or something? Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Aiden Young? Did he?
Yeah.
No. He scored 130 on the weekend.
Let me see.
Hayden Young, hammy? What are you talking about?
Okay, no, sorry. My mistake. I thought he did an injury. Yeah, no, I don't mind the trades. Make it happen.
All right, there you go. Make it happen. He's got 123K in the bank. Very nice.
We need to start gearing up. Something to worry about, guys, is we need to start gearing up more for the buys. And that round 13 buy with Freo and Port Adelaide is one that we're really going to have a lot of players for. Now, there's probably 2 Port players you want, and then everyone else is there. So Supercoach is basically giving us a free run and saying, hey, look, you don't need to pick these players. You can get the other ones in. Guys like your Young, guys like Houston, jump on your Sarongs if you have them or don't have them, because, yeah, they're going to make or break your season, especially round 14. Round 14 hurts. Half my team's out in round 14 at the moment. So, yeah, something to watch out for, I think.
Ryan could drop with one bad score, though.
He's already had one bad score. He scored a 90, and then he came out with a 197. He's one bad score for the year's done.
I freaking hate this guy.
He was cheap for about 5 minutes, and then that was it.
I hate him with a passion. It disgusts me. I had to get the Seagull this week. Can't watch another Ryan. I know. It actually makes me sick. I almost feel like that I'm doing something wrong.
Look at his projected scores, Joe. Pull up Luke.
I want to bet against him so bad.
No. Check out his projected scores. Scroll down.
I'm trying to.
Yeah. Look at those projected scores, mate.
He's not going to do that. He might do this against St Kilda.
Maybe he can. Maybe he can. Who knows? But it does look good.
It disgusts me. I don't give a shit. I will not. I do not respect this game style. Dylan Moore, yes, I respect immensely. He's a good player, Dylan Moore. I want him in my team, but no rush. I don't think Dylan Moore.
I think he's just
Oh,
hit
actually, maybe
500K.
there is. Maybe there is a rush.
He's just hit 500K. So if you don't have him, last week was probably the time that you needed to get him. I know George brought him in last week and was very, very happy. Congratulations. But yeah, I think last week was the week you probably wanted him. Now we've got to pay got to start to pay decent scoring for him, decent price.
Jeez, 3 weeks in a row.
Yep.
He's a gun, Dylan Moore. He really is a gun.
He's a good player. This might be the year that we actually get Dylan Moore and like he ends up scoring these numbers instead of your 90s and your 80s and stuff. Like he's kind of going back to afterwards.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, Trav. Another one, Trav. You are a superstar. Shays to Stewart, worth a trade.
If you had a boost and you really hated Sheasel, cool. No worries there. But I think Stewart's got a 132 break even, so you've still got some time.
There you go. Still got some time. G'day, boy Dot. How's it going? Cheezels is scaring me, bro. Me too. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I got Rail and captained him. Another one bites the dust. Oh, poor boy Dot. That's unlucky, bro.
I don't think anyone going into this week, like I'm talking about North Melbourne and how we like to play teams into performances. And obviously we've got Big Jakey from Saints TV in the chat as well, going to talk about Darcy Wilson in a little bit. But North Melbourne play teams into premierships, and we play teams into good form. Brisbane, after beating us, have had good form. No one in their right mind, like I didn't even tip Gold Coast to win. Sorry, I did tip Gold Coast to win. No one in their right mind would have tipped the shellacking that they had this week.
No, that was embarrassing.
No.
That was absolutely embarrassing. But no, Jakey, you have not missed us, mate. Darcy Wilson.
He's a very good player, and there's a reason why North Melbourne wanted him with their first pick in the teens. And there's a reason why you guys picked him up a pick before we did, because he's a very, very good player.
Mate, Darcy Wilson, if Tom Green gets rested this week, will be the best thing possible, because it means the Bombers have a better chance of winning. Plus, I get to field Wilson's score now as well. He's an absolute
I've got him in the forward line. You don't have Wilson in the forward line, Joe?
Nah, he's here on my emergency.
Surely.
How do I field him?
You just put Harley Reid to the midfield and put Wilson on field. Closey can go in the bin. Chuck him, put Closey like on the bench.
Where's Closey here? Put him on the bench.
Yeah, swap him and Reid. No. Yeah, and then there you go. Done.
Why ask me to swap between the forward line?
I don't know. Make him look better. He's a forward keeper at the moment. So yeah, no, he does very, very well. And we're very happy with it.
But he's got speed to burn. We love him. His break even now is just negative what now?
But it's just the endurance, and I think that the fact that he can just fully play out like the game and not have to worry about it. I'd love to hear Jakey's review of like a Jackson Archer on Machida Owens to see kind of how that was this week. But yeah, Darcy Wilson, very, very happy.
I'd love to hear about Jack Sinclair. Jack Sinclair, he's coming back to his best now at 134.
Yeah, there was an article or something that came out. I don't know if it was on Twitter or Facebook. Jakey will be able to let us know that what am I saying? Sinclair's getting pure mid. Someone had said that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at him. Sinclair. Jack Sinclair. Let's have a look at his CBAs. Jack Sinclair, 72% CBAs. Wow.
Yeah. He's getting like a pure mid roll, so
that's a lot of CBAs. That's a lot of bro. DPP incoming. Yeah. He becomes that swing man between the lines. Frankie, which two should I pick this week? Oliver, Track, Parish, or Stewart?
Depends how cheap you want to go, Frankie. I'm not sure what the rest of your team looks like, but you really just got to be careful of that round 14 buy. Now, Oliver, Track, and Parish. I don't think Tom Stewart's got round 14 buy, does he?
No, he does not. I don't think.
No, he does. Okay, so
He
round
does?
14 by round 14 by doesn't matter apparently. Yeah, round 14 by. It is killer. So all of your picks are now you're bringing in 2 players that aren't going to play in round 14. If
It's all
that's
right.
the
There's time.
case,
There's
yeah.
time between now and then.
No, I know. If that's the case, I would probably go, and money wasn't an option, I'd go Oliver and Parish. I think that's the way to go. Tom Stewart's going to drop in cash again. Petrarca hopefully will drop in cash again. Oliver and Parish, 2 guys that you can get around 500K or just below, could end up being kind of the sneaky picks. At the moment, I'd be very happy to have one of those and not like a Sam Walsh. So, yeah, something to watch
Sam
out
should be fine.
I hope so. But like paying up for the money of those 2 versus these guys who have dropped in cash quite a lot. I mean, Parish was what, 600K? Oliver was 650, and you can get both of them for 150K cheaper. Like, why would you not?
Pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. With Libba out, I'm trading him to Merritt, and Roberts to Oliver means I miss out on Darcy Jones. That's fine.
Yeah,
There are heaps of cash gen options next week on the bubble.
Yeah, I would be a little bit concerned, depending on what your team is like, to miss out on cash gen over the next few weeks. But for right now, you're fine. Like for right now, cool, no worries. But just
there's another one. There's another one that I'd like to hear from Jake on. He also plays for St Kilda. Jack Hayes.
Yeah, that's true. Does Hazy keeps his spot? That's the question.
228K, ruck forward. He's only forward, but 228K, and he is a gun. I want to know if this guy keeps his spot in the side or not, because I will never forget his debut against Collingwood. He tore him apart. That was one of the best debuts I've ever seen.
Yeah, and then it comes down to his fitness as well, because I know he's done the ACLs and whatnot. Just have to be a little bit careful with that kind of thing. You're obviously not going to praise and hope that something like that happens, but
of course not.
220K is a lot of money to spend on a guy with injury history.
Traded out Curnow and Fife. Got in Nick Dacos and Oliver in from the Demons. Very nice.
Nice. I love it.
Bailey Scott is also playing on the wing and not taking kick-ins.
Yep. Which is his natural position. That's where he should play. Bailey Scott should never be in the back line again. Never in the back line. Never. He's not a backline player as a wingman.
Yeah. Best primo below 569.
Here's a question.
569. You got Zorko, but he's still got a pretty high break even. There's Darcy Parish, who looks to have turned the corner. Clary, obviously, as well.
Probably not
Dylan
a Jackson.
Moore.
Petrarca could be a shout. Maybe not this week, but Petrarca definitely could be a shout.
We just got the average. Steele has dropped back down a bit.
Mm-hmm. Hayden Young could be okay for you.
Tom Green might be okay if you don't own him.
Yeah, nah, don't do that.
Too soon?
Oh, look, pick up Lockie Whitfield. He's a great pick.
Oh, shut up. Oh, so many disappointments in my team. So many disappointments in my team. I don't want to keep talking about them. I had Lockie. What? You went so early on Sullivan.
Hey, it worked out all right. The guy scored a 75 or 40% game time. Like, he's a must-have in everyone's team. He's a must-have in everyone's team over the next 2 weeks.
He is an absolute must-have for sure. Put anyone in the North Mid and their scoring crumbles. Fair enough. Rookie coach, appreciate the shout-out, you legends. Anytime, brother. 1 boost left, going Roberts to Ryan. Worth boosting to try and bring in more Clary or Stewart. Would have to trade Darcy and Howes or Clohisi out early.
I would be very hesitant to trade your Gold Coast players because we've seen how dominant the Brisbane players were against Gold Coast.
Yep.
Dimmer's going to have a rocket up his butt and North Melbourne's going to get slaughtered this week. Everyone's going to I would be not surprised. I don't think we're going to win, right? Just straight up, it's never going to happen. But I would not be surprised if there was like 12 players from Gold Coast scoring over 100 and North Melbourne having like 2 players. So I would be very hesitant this week on trading out your Gold Coast players, especially the 2 rookies. They do have some money left to be made. But yeah, I wouldn't do it yet.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, Jakey says, with Webster, Nass, and Bonner playing, he'll play a lot more mid. So this is about Sinclair. No reason to have him back.
Yeah.
So we're going to be seeing a new Sinclair. Could this be the best version of Sinclair playing purely on the ball? Now he did beat up on North Melbourne, so there's no guarantees that he's going to continue scoring like a mofo. But hey, it's possible. And that's another reason why you don't want to trade out your Gold Coast boys, because they're playing North Melbourne this week up in Darwin. So, yeah, hold on to him for a little bit. Reliable Dodo. This is a Pokemon, I swear. This is a Pokemon.
Yeah, it is.
Bidoof? Is it Bidoof?
Yeah.
Get around me.
You've been playing Pokemon Go, Joe.
No, that's my brother. My brother plays. I don't play Pokemon Go. That's an abomination. That's not how Pokemon is supposed to be played. Merritt, Zorko, Oliver, or Neil in this week?
Yeah, Neil's an interesting one. Neil and Dunkley. If you've got either of them, you're laughing. They've both been scoring really well. I don't know how they'll go against Adelaide this week, but they could be a sneaky shout. I just like the Zach Merritt pick. That's all.
Yeah,
I'm biased.
Me too. Me too. Ange, how's it going, Ange?
What's up, Ange?
Hey, fellas, I'm lucky. I actually biplanned this year and started the year with the Frio.
Congratulations.
Players. Houston, Butters, Sarong, and Ryan. No green due to his bye. Oh,
fantastic. And that's something that we'll look at talking about next year. I mean, not yet, but when next year comes around, just by planning a little bit more, seeing which teams, hopefully it's the same, 6 teams or 8 teams that are playing round 0, where you can kind of plan around that a little bit. But yeah, doing very, very well. I hope to have Houston over the next week or so, maybe with a Roberts swing if I can afford it.
And with the way you planned it, I really want to appoint you as my estate planner. The way you were able to predict things, well done. Chris, Jack Sinclair, easy D1, in my opinion, with the role change, playing on the ball.
I think he had a similar thing last year or the year before, where he was playing a lot more mid and then got it. So
last year he had 28% CBAs.
Like when he was a selection, when
average
he had
105
time in Supercoach, yeah.
The year before, he only had the 11%, and he went a 113. So we like him with some CBAs, not necessarily too many of them, I think. Theo, Roberts, Sexton for Luke Jackson and McCh. I don't know about getting Jackson in, bro. I think there are more pressing issues, more important fish to fry around the ground to get in better value than a Luke Jackson, man. Luke Jackson.
Yeah, I'm not touching him. Look, we've got a couple of weeks. There's so many primos that are cheap that you want to get in. Would you get Luke Jackson or Oliver this week? Would you get Luke Jackson or a Parish? Would you get Luke Jackson or whoever else this week? Like, he's cheap, yes. I don't think Darcy's going to be super injured. I think I saw something. Did we go over that, Joe? Darcy not potentially missing next week.
Yeah, he shouldn't be.
Yeah. There's nothing to say that his scoring is going to change.
I'm just going to pull it up. Footy Rhino. He tends to be really good, Ryan Daniels. Sean Darcy should be good to go for Friday's clash with Sydney.
Yeah.
Swam with Husky. But yeah, apparently Sean Darcy should be all right to go. But Damo, who is of course a wonderful, wonderful human being, and is a bit worrying. Finds a bit worried that he might not be able to tick the box. So keep a close eye on team sheets on Thursday. See if he gets named or not. Green as a gun. Here. Fisher is and always has been a spud. Agreed. Why do you think we traded him? Of course. North need to realize this ASAP. I'm surprised they haven't.
And they will. And I think Clarko's smart enough that if Fisher keeps playing the way that he's playing, he's not going to play. He's already been the sub. I think that's just what's going to happen. As kind of the defense starts to mellow out a little bit as well, I think there's a few players who we have coming through. Like, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Biggie Newen, but also Jackson Archer, if he holds his spot. I think he did quite well on the weekend. And a few of these other guys as well. Griffin Logue's due back just after the buys. So might only be 2 or 3 weeks of Fisher. And then we'll see kind of who else pops their way through.
Will Hardiman get more of a check? Because I know Hardiman's on the bubble this week. Does he hold? Does he have?
I think so. I think he holds. I just don't think he scores much in Supercoach. Like, just the positioning and things like that. There's a reason why Braden Maynard's never been like a Supercoach selection. Really, because he just plays like defensive defender. He's not a running player. He doesn't do these things. So Hardiman probably will keep his spot. He was subbed this week, which isn't great, but I think he keeps his spot. And I just don't think he scores much in Supercoach. And you're not going to pick him over like Darcy Jones. You know what I mean?
Mm. Yeah. Guys, thoughts on Neil as a pod?
I like Lockie Neal as a pod, and a lot of us have multiple round 14 players in our midfield.
Yep.
He's one that obviously doesn't play round 14, so could end up being a really good pick. Him and Dunkley could be fantastic. Like, Dunkley's got no ownership as well.
He's only got 109 and then a 71. Like, this type of scoring isn't necessarily awe-inspiring, especially considering that in this game, they actually torched Melbourne in that game at the MCG, and everyone was raving about them. And he only scored 109. The following week, at home, only scored 109. Last week, only scored the 71. Now, that one, he definitely got a lot of attention from Ward, which obviously was a big reason why he was tagged by Ward. Callan Ward's a great player, so I understand why he went low. But then, he went bananas in this game, and he absolutely took Rowell, Anderson, Miller to the cleaners. Him and Dunkley were awesome, just awesome on the weekend that went by. I think that might have been his best game for the year, and I don't think you're going to see this performance from him again. I don't think you're going to have what?
Can you pull up Dunkley?
Yeah, of course. I honestly don't think you're going to have such pathetic resistance like what the Gold Coast Suns offered. They were negative 60 in marks at half time.
Pretty funny.
Half time, they were down by 60 in the mark department. You aren't down by 60 in marks for a whole game, let alone half time. It was embarrassing.
Dunkley is one that I would be looking at instead. He's really gone and started submarining his score. No one had him because of round 2 bye, and no one had him because he wasn't available in the forward line. But outside of those 2 reasons, like, he's had some decent scoring over the past couple of weeks and over the past, basically the whole year. So, one to watch out for. Brisbane do not have the round 14 bye, and you really have to start judging players off that at this point, I think.
And it was only 27 disposals. It's not like he's going crazy with it. 27 this week, 20 last week, the week before that, 26 the week before that. Like I said, he's not necessarily required. 16% ruck contests against Geelong. I just noticed. That would be crazy if he got some ruck DPP. It would be crazy, but it's the tackles, the marks. Obviously, this is a very inflated number. He's not going to get 11 marks again. And like I said, that was embarrassing by the Suns. But Dunkley, he's been in every Supercoach side for the last, 6 years in the forward line. But his scoring is as good as any mid. So if you're going to pick out of the two Brisbane boys, I think you go with Dunks. Dunks has just got the better floor. And if anyone's going to tag anyone, it's going to be Lockie Neal.
Yep. Yeah, I think Lockie Neal cops the tag.
And can you please bring up Jack Hayes' ruck split, if any? Yes, he is doing a little bit of ruck. Not as much as I thought, though. At first value, I was actually looking at it last night, talking to Qna, because I asked him about Jack Hayes. He's only been he's got 30% ruck contest, which is pretty damn good. But the funny thing is, when you look at his center bounce attendances, so 30% ruck contests, right? Remember, 30% ruck contests, and look how many CBAs he attends. 28%. So of his 30% of the ruck contests, 28 is in the CBA. So he only gets like 2% rucking in the forward line, perhaps.
Yeah, well, I mean, like Max King I think Max King had a few as well, right? So just kind of depends. Like I think he's obviously keeping Qna out of a spot at the moment and can offer a lot as that ruck forward position. Plus, Jakey to comment on it. We'll see what happens.
I love him. I like
one
him as
to
a
watch
player.
out for. Obviously, not a get in this week, but similar to an Oliver and a few of these other players, there's guys like Hayes who could offer a lot of things for us in the forward line. I mean, like a downgrade or 20K from a Biggie Newen or a Sexton to a Hayes could end up being a masterstroke, I think. So we'll wait and see next week.
I mean, you look at his scoring,
especially for those that have boost still.
Yeah, his scoring outside of the occasional spike game, like he went 127. That was an amazing debut against the Pies last year, and then just didn't back it up at all. And then against Gold Coast, he went 105. It just seems to me that he bullies up on the weaker teams. He played against North Melbourne this week. No offense, Big J, but your forward line, your back line is very small.
Oh, of course.
So yeah, so he's beat up on them there. Now, I don't know what his next couple of weeks is like. Depending on who he plays. Who do the Saints play again this week?
Saints
Jack Hayes.
Freo.
Hawthorn.
No? Oh, no, sorry, Hawthorn. Round 9. Sorry, my mistake. 2 weeks, yeah.
Against the Hawks. The Hawks are ranked 15th against forwards. He could go big again this week. And if he does...
He could be a decent cash cow for us.
Yeah. If he goes 100 again, then you got to look at him because he'll make money so quickly. His break-even's already negative 26. Hayes a lock. We'll rotate forward ruck with Rowe. Lumbers around and finds a lot of the ball for a big man. Biggest strength is leading pattern. I love to hear this from you, Jakey. Oh, thank you for being
here.
Thanks,
Jakey. Yeah, we just have to wait. Obviously, we don't pick him up this week. But next week, make things happen, boys.
Yeah. So, keep an eye on Jack Hayes, ladies and gentlemen. Can you give Green a break? He's still young and a gun.
Yeah, there's a lot of break. Big J's gone crazy about Green.
Dalano, playing with plan with McCh is either he keeps his role and ends up D7 loop, or if he loses his role, then cash in to go up to a traditional primo and maybe have Sheasel or Stewart at D7.
Yep, no, that's fair. You can do it. I just don't know if he's going to get to 500K. So you're spending a trade to bring him in. He's going to make you some money, and you're spending a trade to get him out again.
Yep.
So if the scoring's there, fantastic. He's going to be a pod pick for you. As you say, if he keeps the role, that's great.
Joe B. It's weird talking to a fellow Joe. How's it going, mate? With Libba out for a while due to concussion, will Jack McRae get more CBAs, or will Bevo do Bevo things?
I think Bevo's going to do Bevo things, and I think Sanders is probably going to get a call up after putting out, a goal and 28 disposals on the weekend. So he did quite well in the VFL. But Bevo seems to be very much a like-for-like player. So when someone gets injured, someone comes in who can play a similar role. I don't think, as opposed to a few other teams where they collapse, Bevo's trying to pull people and play a similar role. So, yeah, we'll wait and see. But I think maybe Sanders comes back and takes a little bit of those positions. One that I was a bit worried about was Ed Richards. Now, a lot of people are talking about Bailey Dale and Richards playing midfield, but Richards apparently didn't play that much midfield, and Bailey Dale still scored well. So, yeah, if you've got Bailey Dale, probably another thing to tick off the list is maybe not being a reason why he scored well, because he still scored well.
13% CBAs. He hit the
Did he play a
scoreboard
lot of
a couple of times.
Did he play forward line? Probably not. Bevo.
Yeah.
Bevo. No wonder the Dogs lost. You bloody... All right. Well, now I know why the Dogs lost, because Bevo can't...
Oh, Bevo, you are so shit at coaching, mate. It's unbelievable. He's got Ed Richards playing as a forward. You love to see it. You'll love to see it. Nah, it's got to change. It's got to change. It's not staying that way. Hexerism. Using a boost this week. Williams, Roberts, and Darcy out. Thinking about bringing in two of these. More Martin. Yes, Martin. Parish, Oliver. And the gun rookie Jones, I'm holding green. Yeah, I think he could play this week. And even if he doesn't play this week and he only misses the one, you don't trade out 1 week injuries. So you hold him. Absolutely. Absolutely, Hexerism.
And
so
of those, a lot of us... Yeah, sorry, keep going.
You're saying a lot of us... What?
We're saved by having Closey and Graham playing North Melbourne this week. Like, they're not going to score as much as what Green scored, but they're fine enough. Probably Graham is a fine enough addition to our midfields that you can have him covering the spot for a week. Like, it's fine.
Bro, Nick Martin is top 6 defender. I was talking about it all preseason. Unfortunately, I didn't hold on to him,
and I brought him back in.
You brought him back in. Well done.
Brought him back in. Round 4.
He's top 6. There's no doubt. He could even be top 3. So, of those ones, you definitely bring in Nick Martin for sure. Absolutely. And then the other player that you want to bring in, look, for me, personally, look, I love Darcy Parish more than the next guy. But Clayton Oliver looks to be back. And Clayton Oliver has a consistent history of top 8 mid. And if he is back, then watch out. That is just way too much value at that price. And even if he is in top 8, he's still a very beautiful M9. I'd go with those two personally.
Yeah.
Globes is asking us about Peatling.
I really like him. I hope North Melbourne picks him up in the trade period. But as a Supercoach selection, I don't know.
Mate, he's gone 116 last week.
I know.
63% CBAs, a goal, getting a lot of free kicks, which is nice to see.
Well,
was the sub 4 weeks in a row.
He's 297k, and that's probably the only thing. But next week we can grab a Hayes at 200k. I don't think we're going to be putting money into these kind of players anymore, unfortunately.
Legend has gone. The best mid in the game is back. All hail King Clary.
Yeah,
could be back.
It's actually making me really reconsider Zach Merritt, because I'm almost feeling like I have to go Jack Hayes next week, depending on what he scores. So, do I get rid of Merritt and then set myself up for another upgrade next week? Or do I...
He gave away 4 frees. He gave away 4 frees as well.
Yep, he did. He did. It wasn't great. But he played really well. So
he's 4 tackles. Very nice. 31, 81. Yeah, no. You got to get him in. Get him in. Jonas, is Jared Lyons getting a game this week? Jared Lyons, mate. This might be finally the opportunity he needed. He needed genuine carnage. Yep. He needed genuine carnage to get in, so I think he should get named. Dunkley or Neal for Green. I need someone with a round 12 bye. Oh, don't tell me you're trading out Tom Green.
I would go Dunkley. If you're set on it, I would go Dunkley. I think he doesn't cop the tag as much as what Neal does.
Agreed. All Australian captain, they'll give it to Dacos. Bro, I wouldn't even be surprised at this point. It's so stupid. I went for Giants and Gold Coast and Port and the Bulldogs. Yep, me too. Ryan in Fremantle Leeds means seagull.
Yep.
It's a degenerate seagull. Is Clayton Oliver going to pass the moon?
Like, the only problem with Ryan now is that everyone's going to have Ryan in their team. So there goes my pod pick, Joe. I had him for the 197, and then that was it.
That's all you need. That's all you needed. You needed the 190. You're laughing. Now no one will ever make up the points on you.
Yeah, maybe. I didn't score that well this week, though.
Clayton Oliver going to pass the moon all the way to Jupiter. Bro, he's going to go to freaking Pluto.
He could end up being 650k in like 4 weeks. Come his bye, he could be 650k. And you could be very, very upset if you didn't have him in your team. So, yeah.
Then you watched the Melbourne Derby last night for soccer, bruh. Only one game I care about right now, and that's this one. Soccer, nah, not for me. Trav, I got 8 last week. Well done.
Nice.
Only missed Essendon.
4 last week. Holy moly.
3 for me.
That was not
Sanders and McCh got a Devils in 2027 anyway.
Potentially. McCh, I think he's going to sign a long-term contract. They're just kind of teeing stuff up for him at the moment, either end of this year or middle of next year. So, yeah, don't worry about that too much.
Seriously though, Jaden Shaw bro, he's under 400k for a reason, Joshy. He's under 4. There's a reason why he's at that price. I wouldn't go there personally. Trusting the Dons now. Boy, Dot, take it from a lifelong Essendon supporter. The less you trust the Bombers, the better. They won't hurt you that way. Never trust the Bombers. Zach, trades this week out Roberts and Williams in McCh and Jones.
Nice.
Oh, that's no upgrade there. There's no upgrade here. I reckon you should upgrade, Zach. Look to upgrade. At all costs.
It depends. If you're setting yourself up to just upgrade for the next 4 weeks, fantastic, because I think that's going to put you in the same position. But Roberts can still pop out a decent score. Zach Williams is done. But I've kind of given my thoughts a little bit on McCh. Williams for McCh is almost a 1-for-1. So you're probably only getting 200k from the pick. You could be one of those people, though, that just doesn't have cash or doesn't have cash gen, and then you're forced to do it. So everyone's team is different, I guess, and that's the beautiful thing about Supercoach, but it's not great.
Mate, I don't need to ask. No one needs to ask Draper. He voluntarily provides this information willy-nilly to anyone who you didn't even know you needed to hear this information, but Draper will just freely say what he wants to say. What an idiot. Covers the bias. Nah. Still no for me. Harry, g'day. How's it going, Harry?
What's up, Harry?
Thoughts on Yo and Roberts to Ryan and Dale? I'm stepping into Bevo land. Trust me, I'm scared.
Look, I don't mind it. Yo is probably done, so that's okay. I don't mind it. I think you'll be fine.
Fair enough. Yeah. Big J making some crazy statements tonight.
Watch out.
Bont and Green at Jets, 100%.
Let me just go back to the comment, right? I'm not saying they're not good. I'm just saying in Supercoach, you'll be able to pick them up cheaper because they just drop a lot of money. Same with Nick Dacos. If you didn't pick him up, you could have got a Luke Ryan instead of Nick Dacos to start the season. And you would be laughing at this point because you got Nick Dacos at, 650k or at like 530k. Let me quickly check what his lowest was. 1 second. Around his buy. Yeah, you could have got Nick Dacos just like around his buy at 550k and you'd be laughing. Cool. So it's just kind of those type of players. Not that it's going to happen every year, but you could have done and been very, very happy.
Can't believe the Tigers lost. Are you kidding me? Come on, boy,
Oh.
Dot. Come on, boy, Dot. Aussie, what's your thoughts on Clary and Kirch? Clary had an easy Geelong mid with the tag on track, but has an awful rest of year, and who knows what is happening at North. Yes. But I think Clary, the thing is, yeah, I know. Is he going to score that big every week? Probably not. I mean, 141 is a bloody sensational score. But what you're looking at is the eye test. You're looking to see, is he moving well? Is he covering the ground well? Does he still have that role? Is he clean with the ball? And to be honest, I thought he ticked a lot of those boxes. So just strictly from an eye test, obviously he had an interrupted preseason, but you look at the way he started slow. He's almost been having a bit of a mini preseason now during the season, and despite him having that interruption, he's still been scoring relatively decently for someone who has had the issues that he's had. That's just how good he is. Anyone else would not be scoring 92, 82, 105, and 90 to start the season. They'd be scoring 60 at the start. So I think he might be turning the corner and really got that match fitness into him now. I reckon for that price, it's hard to turn him down. And even if he isn't top 8, he's still a very serviceable M9 to cover in the case of a 1 week injury. Parish or Dale for a pod?
I like Dale. Joe likes Parish. I think historically Parish is the better pick. Dale just gets beboed, but Dale's looking fantastic at the moment. But Parish is cheaper, so I would probably go Parish.
Parish is cheaper and only has one role, and that's an inside mid. No mucking around with that. Cheese, hey boys, sorry I'm late. Don't apologize. Glad to see you here, mate. Had an absolute horror week, so needed some healing from Supercoach talk, lol. Mate.
Look, I said a similar thing. You just have to look after yourself. Really, Supercoach is one of those things that it can affect you so mentally. Seriously, like people will laugh, but feeling shit about your players. Oh, Tom Green did poorly. Your team, it affects your health mentally. It's supposed to be a game. It's supposed to be fun. Don't let it do it. If you guys need to take time off, take time off. No one cares. Like the people care about yourself, but no one is going to make you feel shit about it. So,
correct.
Always. Mental health is important. Supercoach, not so much.
Here. Well said. Even a lot of the talk that we talk about here tonight, we talk about Bevo being shit. We talk about Marcus Bontempelli not re-signing. We talk about a bunch of stuff here, not necessarily purely for Supercoach. So we hope that this sort of stream and this content can help bring some light air, I suppose, to what can be a very serious type of game. So, thank you so much for coming on, Cheese. Your presence is always very much appreciated. Theo, Dale or Young? Oh,
I would go Young, purely on the fact that he doesn't have anything else apart from a round 13 guy.
For sure. Jonas says Draper recovered from his brain injury. I mean, sore knee. Look, he will never recover from the brain. The brain. He's at this point, his brain is as it is. It won't be changed, unfortunately. But I think he'll play this week for sure. He'll play this week. When is Zach Reed back? Reed.
It's been 2 to 3 weeks for a while, Joe.
Zach Reed will be 2 to 3 weeks for the next 2 to 3 years. At this rate,
he's been an okay loophole, but I actually hoped this guy would play. At least I can make some cash off like a defender. I think there's a half decent defender in the VFL that people are going to look at for mid-season draft pick, and cool, I can make 20K off the trade, but that's about it.
He'll play, but when, mate? It's a good question. He's running around with Ridley in training, which is good.
Oh, that's good.
They're running. I don't know what's going on. Young had tightness the week before, but he played very well. But he still scored a 130 this week. You're going to ruin Ryan for us owners, Joe.
Everybody. Like his ownership, I think now has jumped up like 40% or something. Maybe not 40%, but like 20% at least. So,
McCh 135. Well, at least you held him. Well done. That's a big brain move, Cheese. Well done. G'day, Kevin. How's it going?
What's up, Kev?
Benji, is it crazy to bring Steele back next week and pass on Stewart? I think Steele has a better run and more upside.
Well, that's kind of why I held him, right? Steele does look to drop a little bit in cash, so maybe you can pick him up at 550k if you're lucky. If you think he's fit, go for it. Probably the big thing.
I think he is fit. He's fit. If you own Jack Steele, I was saying it all week. Don't trade him out. Hold on to him. His break even is 140, yes, but he'll be fine. As you say, he's got a good run. He's playing the Hawks. We saw how well the Bulldogs mids did against the Hawks this week. So yeah, hold him. He's got a great run. He's gonna. How many games at Marvel to come? Sorry, I'm gonna hide this comment for a second. Look at this. Look at this Marvel run. It's marvelous. So yeah, keep Steele. He's top 8, I think. Velo hates Big Maxi and Ryan with a what can I say, Velo? What can I say? I wear my heart on my sleeve, mate. Shabs kebabs. You're making me hungry. You're making me hungry. I have a couple of options this week. I could go Inns, Clary, Stewart, and Jones. Out Massimo, Darcy, and Roberts. Or Inns, Ryan, Jones. Out Roberts and Massimo. No, I wouldn't trade out Darcy yet. Darcy has quite a bit of money left, I think. And he's got Richmond this week. So watch Darcy pop off a big score and then you'll be crying. Meanwhile, Stewart... Bevo drops Sam Darcy.
Bevo does Bevo things.
Bevo does Bevo things. That's true. That's true. He could sack his toilet tomorrow. Who knows? Yeah. I'd probably go... I'd do option 2. Shabs, do option 2 and eat that kebab. Hold you go. Steele is still under an injury crowd. Yeah, yes, but we've heard from a good source that he's not going to be having that strapping next week. So he should be okay to go.
If he does have the strapping right, sometimes the strapping is just an indication of, hey, look, they just don't want him to get another injury. Not that he is injured. Like, I play sports, and I put, physio cream and all these other things. It's just maintenance for injuries. Sometimes that's what it is. You see a lot of players that aren't injured that have got shoulder strapping. So a knee strap might not be, the end of the world anyway.
Yep. Harry, it's my first year of Supercoach or any fantasy
nice, Harry. Good rank. Good rank. You should aim to do the best you can. Some advice for your first year in Supercoach is don't take it too seriously, but try and finish off your team. If you can do that, if you can end up out of the bye rounds with a full team with 5 trades left, you're laughing.
Yep. Kev, Sheasel and Powell to Ryan and Oliver, any good?
I like it.
Anything to get Ryan in.
Pretty much.
Jolly Pet Drive. Hello, boys. I had a horrible weekend. Shitfield, Green.
Ouch.
Traded Grundy for Sweet. Steele for Yo. And last minute swap Luke Ryan for Yo.
Yeah, that's not fun.
I'm offering you half a minute. I offered you a half a minute silence there, Jolly Pet. In honor, in recognition of your commendable sacrifice for your ranking this year. I went Steele to Green. I'm the best.
Ouch.
Told you, boys. Told you. Don't trade out Steele. Why'd you do that? And I told you Grundy's going 130 plus this week. I told you this. Oh, well. We live and we learn. G Bags. Much love, G Bags. What do you guys reckon about Powell and Cadman to Darcy, Jones, and Oliver? Wait, how are you trading out 2 people for 3 players? Also, potentially considering
Darcy, Jones, and Oliver. No, it's fine. It's 2 players. Powell and Cadman for Darcy Jones and Oliver.
He said she's trading out 2 players and getting 3 in return. How?
He's not. He's getting Darcy Jones and Oliver.
Oh, Darcy Jones. I don't know
Come
why
on, Joe.
I'm getting Darcy and Jones as 2 separate people.
Come on, Joe. You know what I've seen this week is Darcy Wilson, Sam Darcy, and then Darcy Jones in the same forward line. Like, if that's not something that gets you messed up, I don't know what does.
Yeah, that's Look, I reckon Cadman could score all right on the Bombers under the roof at Marvel this week. But hey, if it's getting Oliver, also potentially track and trading Roberts to McCh. Roberts to McCh seems a bit sideways here.
It just depends. There's a lot of people saying McCh is going to keep his spot and end up being a keeper in the back line. If he does, I don't mind it. He's going to make, 100K off the trade already going Roberts to McCh. So, yeah, it's definitely a pod. I just hope it works out for the people doing it.
He should get it, Velo. He should absolutely get it.
There's a lot of players. There's a lot of players. So, do you mean like today? Getting the Rising Star nomination? No,
is it this week?
What's his face got it from Melbourne? Caleb Windsor got it already.
Oh, that was deserved as well. He was huge in that game.
Yeah, I think McCh is still due to get one at some point as well. So just unlucky.
Who you guys gone for, Melbourne or Dogs? Gone Melbourne.
Yeah, I think so.
Track's in terrible form. Wait till he comes good. He's been tagged pretty hard the last few weeks, and he's still scoring 90s. That to me is wonderful. If your tags and if you're getting tagged and still scoring 90 odd, that's to me shows you got a great floor. Nater $. Hey boys, I have Ryan, Dacos, Shazel, Yo, Martin, and Roberts down back. What do you think of Yo, Shazel, Roberts to Dale, Oliver, and Darcy Jones? Leaves me with 500K for a double upgrade next week. Look, Yo's got to go, and Roberts can go, but you don't have to trade out Shees at the moment. He could, but he's dropping a lot.
Yeah,
so maybe
I don't mind
trade
it. You just have to be careful. Like right now, I've got 19 trades, and yes, I've been burning through my trades. But at some point, you just have to stop doing things and be like, "Cool, okay, like I've got to finish my team." So just be careful.
How much is Sinclair? 537. You could just get Sinclair instead of Dale. Trading out Roberts. Yo, how much is Yo? Yo is holy shit, 602,000.
Yep, and now
so Yo. Yeah, now he's injured. So Yo can go to Oliver, 602,000.
Yeah,
and then you can get Roberts to Sinclair, and then bang, you got to finish defense. Is Sullivan worth getting early?
No.
Don't go early on rookies.
No.
But next week, there are a few. Jack Hayes will be on the bubble next week. So he might be one that we have to get in. Lockie Sullivan might be one we have to get in as well. So if that's 2, then there's no upgrade next week if you have no boosts.
Mm-hmm. Which is
but Darcy Jones. But Darcy Jones is the thing. So maybe we're hoping that Jack Hayes doesn't pop off so that we don't get forced to double downgrade.
It would ruin a lot for me, I think, but I can see it being a necessity.
Who would you rather, Sarong, Young, Merritt, or Parish? Trading in Sarong and Merritt means trading Shazel. Shazel? The others I can trade Powell. I love Sarong and Merritt, man.
I like Sarong because Sarong doesn't have the crappy buy. Round 13 buy is crucial. Get as many of these guys in it as you can. Everything else is whatever.
Yeah, if you'd rather trade one of them, you trade out Powell, I think. But Shees is dropping money a lot. Roberts and Powell for McCh and Moore. Yeah, that could work.
Yeah,
because Moore's definitely top 6 forward.
do it. I don't mind.
G'day, fellas. Hi, Bryce.
Nice.
Thoughts on Roberts, Green, Hogan out, Dunkley, Merritt, and Jones in. I'd wait on Green. I still think Green's top 8.
Yeah.
And if he misses only one, I don't know. Hogan
As I
can
said,
go.
it's the best week to have like a Gold Coast player because they're going to dominate against North Melbourne. So
Yeah. Damn, it's a tough one. You could do it. Bergeroo, current trades are Powell, Roberts to Ryan and Jones. Worth boosting Sexton out and going early on a Rook. Nah, hold the boost, Bergeroo.
yeah.
There's no one else.
Sexton's gonna play at some point, I think.
If he doesn't play this week, he's never going to play. They were horrific. If he doesn't play this week, then he's Charlie Constable 2.0, I feel. What's a mofo? Ask him, mum. Nah, it's mother flipper. It's a mother flipper. Bryce, if not Dunkley, looking at a mid that could score big this week for 640k or less.
Sarong could do well.
Yeah, for sure.
Who's playing Hawthorn? Whichever player is playing Hawthorn or North Melbourne generally seems to be good. Or Richmond generally seems to be good.
Sarong's got Sydney this week, so maybe not. But I think he's top 8.
Yeah.
Sarong or Merritt, both are fine. Bontempelli, I assume you already own, but if you don't, great week to get him in. He's playing Richmond. He's my captain. Slap that C on Bontempelli.
Might as well,
Terry. Hey guys, new to the channel,
nice,
great
Terry.
show. Cheers, Terry. Thanks, you. Mate. You don't look like a Terry. Just saying. Bryce, also the Grundy hold was worth it.
Yes, it was.
Dunkley ain't cheap.
We move on.
He ain't cheap for a reason. He's pumping out some good scores on a consistently. Alex, I'm sure it's been discussed bloody heaps, but were the lads thinking yes or no for Oliver? I reckon he's a yes.
Yeah, I like him.
Bob the Builder, can we fix it? Is Zorko worth picking up?
Yeah, you'll need him at some point. Unless something really changes and, Kadeen Coleman rebuilds his legs and ends up playing for the rest of the year, I think Zorko's going to be a keeper in the forward line. Even if he ends up averaging like a 95, there's not that many guys around who are going to score those numbers. So, yeah.
He's just a little expensive for me at the moment. I don't want to pick him up right now. And there's no guarantee what his role is going to be with all of these injuries. I'd be happy to wait. His break-even, it's not like his break-even is super low either. It's still 102. So even if he goes 112, he only goes up 4.6k. So happy waiting on him. Maybe next week becomes a must-have. Essendon guy looks like Count Dracula. One funny commenter. Bob the Builder, yes, we can fix it, by the way. Zork's role is unreal right now. Correct. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what the team is like, though, with all of the injuries, Alex, and see next week. I would pick Hayes or Harry over Jackson. Harry McCh, I assume that means. Yeah, I would agree, actually. And guys, thinking of doing a complete restructure. My backline has only 3 primos. So trades are Powell, LDU, and Roberts to Luke Ryan, Darcy Jones, and either Sinclair, Martin, or Stewart. How many trades have you got left, Cheese, for you to be able to just wholesale sideways?
Yeah, if everywhere else is okay and finished, then sure, no worries.
Powell, LDU, and Roberts. Look, that's fine. Because Powell might not really be a keeper at this point in the forward line. LDU does not appear to be top 8 to 10 by any stretch, and Roberts has to go. So I don't mind that at all. Go for it, Cheese. No, we do not. If it's only 1 week, then you hold him. Shawshank. I love it. That's a very cool logo. Can you make an Essendon version for me? And that looks really cool. I like it. A Legends traded Roberts to Ryan, and now thinking Powell to either McCh or Jones with 255k or 460k respectively. Thoughts? Look, I like Jones and I like McCh, but McCh has to stay. Surely McCh stays in that halfback role. He doesn't get dicked around anymore. He tried the midfield, it didn't work. He's now back there. So McCh, and then next week there are a couple of downgrade options. Like next week, Sullivan, right? Was it O'Sullivan or just Sullivan? Lockie Sullivan. He's mid only. So it's not like he's a forward, but Hayes is only forward. And if Hayes goes bananas next week, then you have to get him in. And so that's another forward that you've locked in. So I don't know what your bench is like, but you might not have room for Hayes next week if you go Jones. So maybe McCh.
Yep.
But you can't go wrong either way. If you go Jones, I think Jones is a very safe. He's definitely the best rookie on the bubble this week. He's gone back-to-back 70 scores in a smashing in the wet. So he's a jet, this kid. He's so good. Yeah. Regardless of which way you go, I think you'll be fine. Clay Hall may debut this week. That's good to hear.
Interesting. Another one of these rookies that we had penciled in our teams at the start of the season. Obviously didn't work out for us in terms of super coach, but yeah, could end up being a good selection.
Alex Sexton. Skits, how's it going? Sexton, 32 disposals, living marks in VFL. Bro, if he doesn't get a shot this week with that performance and how bad the Suns were, then he's never getting a gig. I'm almost certain. So we're keeping a close eye on Thursday. The problem, though, is that the Suns don't play till... When do the Suns play? I think the Suns play late again this week, don't they?
I think so. Let's quickly pull it up.
Saturday. Oh, no, Saturday. Yeah. So we'll get the full list.
Yeah.
So we'll see on Thursday what happens.
And this is the thing. Like, we talk about Sexton being a dud pick, whatever. A lot of people have traded him out, and I'm hoping that Sexton ends up being one of those guys that makes it to 300k. That kind of benefits us that end up holding him for a while. Because if he only gets a 60, he's going to be 200k. So he definitely can do it. He's just putting up these numbers, and something needs to change at Gold Coast. I would be very, very surprised if Dimmer Hardwick goes into the game versus North Melbourne at the same team.
Let me just pull up what's his numbers been like in recent times? Last 3 weeks. Oh, no. We don't. Okay, there you go. 23 touches, 8 marks, 2 tackles, 33 touches, and then 31 touches.
Yeah.
A lot of marks.
Yeah. It's more just the disposal efficiency, which has really killed him. Really.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Thoughts on VC Rao and Dacos C? Yeah, VC Rao is going to cop such a rocket from Dimmer Hardwick after that shameful performance on the weekend. But he's got the great conditions against North. You can absolutely slap a VC on him.
We're going to get a new butthole after this game.
I really wish they were not at the same time. I would have loved... The dream scenario would have been VC Rao into Bond, but they literally play at the exact same time. Like, stuff you, AFL, and your shit fixturing. If you're VCing Rao, then you're missing Bont against Richmond.
Yeah.
I don't want to miss Bont against Richmond.
You could captain Bont to get Richmond. That'd be all right. I mean, everyone's got Livingston as the swap, right?
Correct.
So
yes.
You've got choice on everything. this week.
Could VC bond. If you really like Dacos against West Coast at Marvel, then you could VC bond into Dacos as well. Up to you. I'm going Anderson into Dacos.
Nice.
Fair enough. I know it's around 14 buy, but I'm really keen on May. Oh, yeah. He's been really good, hasn't he? Stephen May.
Mm-hmm.
But round 14.
There's too many round 14 plays, man. There's too many. Don't do it. There's way too many.
Round 14 buy. I mean, outside of that 12, I mean, he scored a 79 against Brisbane. Oh, they got killed that game.
470K.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Not for me. Have you guys seen 3 players from one team go 150 plus before? Yeah, the Suns were embarrassing.
Who was it?
Nothing short.
Either this week or last week, there was a game when the same thing happened.
Thoughts on my trades? Massimo and Rosie for McCh and Oliver. Yeah. I don't mind, Jay. Ian, never been so pleased to see my son fail. I managed to halve my deficit on him. Oh, nice. Well done. Well done, Ian. Don't forget the Lions were down to 0 on the bench. They play keeping off.
They did very, very well. They were fantastic in their game. So congratulations to them.
Yeah, but no, this was in the first half. By half time, they were already up by 60 marks.
Yeah.
But by half time. This is not by full time. This is by half time. So yeah, by the end of the game, they had no one on the bench.
They just dominated. They just dominated.
Wait, that's not how math works. What maths? Ian, Father of the Year. I love it. I love when people underestimate Neil and he proves them wrong. Bro, Neil is a great player. He's a gun. But I prefer Dunkley over Neil. I don't know what it is. What's a biggie? Something that gets flushed, never to be seen again? Nah, we'll see Biggie. We'll see him back, surely, right?
I hope so.
Lions had 3 injuries in the first quarter. Give some respect. 100%. They had some great respect. Great respect.
They gave him all the respect. Too, because I had thought that they were just going to smash. And they didn't. And they came out and actually played a really good game. So
they did.
Bloody fantastic from them.
Not to mention, he might get the 3rd defender as king in Membry, so he may have mismatches. Oh, fingers crossed. Yep. Brad, how's it going, Brad? Supercoach Bro. G'day, mate. Luke Ryan coming for me this week, boys. Yeah, I know, me too. I have to get him in that sack of chemicals. I freaking hate him. B. James, going Sherry into Dacos for VC and C. Sherry VC. Sherry VC against Wits.
No chance. No. Don't do it.
I love it. I freaking love it. I think Libba is out. Best for Garcia.
Libba's out for a while.
It's very good for Garcia. Bevo gets a sack with Tigers win this week. Oh, mate. Will be unreal. Who do the Tigers play again? The Dogs. True. Oh, that would be crazy. Jack McRae, 70% dog. Bevo not invested with him, and definitely not Daniel. Bro, Bevo's not even invested in his own future, let alone these guys. Luke Parker in for Swans this week. You would imagine he had like over 30 disposals and a couple of goals or something in the VFL. So, yeah, I would imagine Parker's back in this week.
I wonder if that affects Goulden even further. Like more people to do well on Goulden or less?
I mean, Goulden plays more wing, and that's where Goulden... I mean, Goulden plays best on a wing or on the ball a lot last year?
I think he played well on the wing.
Because I know he was a genuine... I think he was a genuine winger. Was he? Or was it CBAs? Oh, no, 36% CBAs. So roughly the same as what he's getting now. 33, 45, 40... Yeah, it's roughly the same as what he's getting now. Interesting. One to look at. Peitling is Great. Took a chance on him in fantasy. Yeah, in fantasy, you can take chances. Parker plays forward. Don't expect him to affect Heaney. Hope not. No, Nate. I don't think he is. Come on, Big J. Do not trade Merritt out. Trade someone else like a Walsh or Steele.
No. I wasn't trade him out. It was more not bring Merritt in. I'm just thinking of some ideas. If we're forced to drop Hayes, so if we're forced to get Hayes next week, I would love to be able to do an upgrade at the same time. Is kind of my thinking. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Nah, I don't like him, Jaden. I don't like Jaden Short at 380. I know he started at 551, but he's dropped this much for a reason.
Bro, finish your team. Stop bringing in rookies. That's all I'm going to say.
Rodney, am I the only tosser to give a thumbs up? Nah, there's been 27 other people to do so, but I appreciate the call to action, Rodney. Freddie Supercoach, Gorn CBA's dropped, and so did his scoring. Trade high. Did his CBAs drop?
I'm not on this again, are we?
He had 86. No, sorry, wait. He had 78%. Last time he had 78% was round 2, 113. But then the week after, he went 87, 86, 92, 90. This could be a bit of a rest week for him. I don't know. I wouldn't trade him out, though. He's still freaking max Gorn, mate. Jared Lyons numbers in the 2s this week. 35 disposals, 22 kicks. Not bad. Good size.
No, not too shabby.
G'day, Legends. Away, Jono. Maltesing. G'day, fellas. Go those Pies. What a great weekend when your team beats the arch rival. And I go 23-80. Oh, my God. Just don't let it happen. Well done, Maltesing. Well done. Congratulations, mate. Saving that up for next week. Yeah, fair enough. Freddie, I'm a Melbourne fan, but need the cash. Gorn's old. And I think he could get a few rests in the next few if you look at our next 5. Bro, I hope he does. I hope he does. I really hope he does.
No chance. You guys got no one else.
Bad weather day for Roberts. Need to hold until his bye. Yeah, I know, but the crazy thing is he was doing shit until halftime before the rain came. He actually started to play better when the rain came. And that was because the Swans got on well and truly on top of the Giants in that game. So I don't necessarily am just going to say that the reason why he scored badly was because of the rain. I don't think that was the reason at all. Sheasel out, says McLean 89. McLean, how dare you injure my poor boy Tom Green on the weekend? I blame it on you. You injured him and you ruined my week. To get Sweet to R2, I don't know. I'll probably move on Meek. If Sweet goes big, but at 710, could split him into a couple of primos and pick him up a lot cheaper.
I think it's my max goal.
Yeah.
Look, you can do it. I spoke about doing something similar before. Like, how much is in English, right? A lot of us are getting
trades and 2 boosts.
Good, 100%. Do it. Tim English is playing Richmond, who give up a lot of points to Ruckman. And I think his next few runs are in a similar position as well. And he doesn't have round. I don't think he's got a round 14 bye. We could check. No, and he doesn't have round 14 bye. No, Tim English.
Oh,
so
no.
You could go on to English, bank 100K, and use that to upgrade somewhere else. Like, it happens. It can work for you very well for you. So, yeah, something to consider.
Yep. Zach Clan, Oliver, and McCh for Roberts and Williams. Very nice. Comben, Williams, and Roberts to Ryan, Merritt, and Jones, or Williams, Roberts, and Darcy to Ryan, Sarong, and Jones.
I think Darcy's still good, so I'd probably do the first one.
Yeah, get rid of Williams. Williams is cooked, not Darcy. Yeah, option 1. Hey, no hate for Lions. You got me to Zach Merritt this week. Got tired of waiting. Congratulations, Ange. He did his job for you.
There you go.
Aidan Natoli. Hey boys, what should I do with Yo? Trade him out.
Yeah, you have to trade him. He's no good anymore. Who can you bring in if you've got 50K?
Anybody.
Grab Luke Ryan. If you've got 20K, grab Nick Dacos. If you've got 20 odd K, you can get any of the really good midfielders. Just depends. If you want to be cheap, you can go down to a Stewart, or sideways straight to a Houston, who I think is around the same money. Yeah, around the same money. So there's a lot of options there for you. If you picked him up at 440K, you've done fantastic.
Yep, for sure. John, thoughts on a boost this week? I missed those. Clary, Ryan, and Jones.
I miss trades.
In for Will, Roberts, and Libba. My team only needs 2 defenders, 1 mid, 1 ruck, and 1 forward if we consider Harley Reid a keeper. Clary, Ryan, and Jones.
I don't think we can consider him to be a keeper.
But those trades are fine. Clary, Ryan, and Jones for Williams, Roberts, and Libba. Yeah, because Libba has to go. So, yeah, those are good trades, Jono. Michael, how's it going, Mike? Hi, guys. Clary or English this week? Ooh. Or can I pick up one this week and the other next week? If so, in which order? I would choose Clary this week, but English against Richmond could go big.
Yeah, but I think Clary's going to jump up more in price than what English will. So you're only going to miss out on a few points. You're not going to miss out on like the cash gen, which is the big thing at the moment.
I like English. What's English's break even? His break even is 80.
Yeah, I should have kept Grundy. That would have been easier.
I did make a say. If he scores 113, he goes up 15K, but he's going to go more than 113, you would imagine. He's playing at the MCG, that wide expanse. Nankervis can't run with him. So, and look at them against Rucks. You know what? I'd go English. But who are you going to trade out, though, is the question. How do you get English in? Are you trading out Meek to get him in? Meek has got so much more money to make. You're not trading out, obviously not trading out Sweet yet. And you're not going to downgrade English Gorn to him. Do you still have Grundy? Potentially. Grundy's got the toughest matchup, I think, this week out of all of the rucks. I have no idea how you're supposed to get English in at this rate, unless you've got Livingston here and you're just happy to have Sweet at R3, not on field, then that could be fine as well. But yeah, regardless of which way you go, I think they're both going to be very successful options. Who does English play next week? English next week plays against the Giants.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
It's not too bad. Yeah, regardless of which way you go, it'll be fine. Iconic. Hey, sorry if already discussed thoughts on McCh or Oliver. I feel like these two might be the hottest topics in town this week.
Yep. McCh if you've got enough trades, McCh is not bad. If the role sticks around, you're laughing, right? That's kind of the big thing. But if the role doesn't stick around, then you're not laughing. So, yeah, it's a bit of a tough one for you guys to have a real think about. And it's a real problem. Like, everyone traded out McCh. So you've spent one trade to do that.
Yeah.
I didn't even start him, so there's no way I'm going to spend 4 trades on McCh. Like, imagine spending 4 trades. I spent 2 trades and 2 boosts on James Jordan. Like, there's no way I'm going to bring McCh in my team for him to have to go out of the team. It could just be a form thing. Role definitely looks good, but he's a first-year rookie. You know, it's tough.
Cheese, we seem to talk about our teams a lot, but what are you guys weighing up? Do you have a few week plans set up or winging it? Mate, we're here to answer all of your questions, so it makes sense for us to be mainly talking about you guys, of course.
Yeah.
For me, the only plans really for me, just looking at when to get in. I've sort of been talking about them. I think both of us have been talking about our plans, each of our videos, being looking at the primos that are coming down in price. I know I've said for a few weeks now that I'm looking to aim to get Petrarca in as my last mid potentially, as well as, you know, it's just picking the best rookie price players, the best bubble boys every week. And I went early on Sweet because I sort of looked ahead at what was to come. And then it just becomes a question of which players you're willing to hold. I mean, I've still got Powell in my team. I haven't traded him out. I've traded Sexton out. If Sexton's named, then I might be just trading Powell out and banking more money for next week. But my central philosophy right now is this forward line can wait. I really want to improve my other lines first, and getting this piece of shish in my team is number one priority this week.
Yeah. For me, at the moment, looking at my team, there's still a lot of money to be made on the bench. And because I have limited trades now, I really want to start trying to maximize how many one-up, one-downs I can do. So not going early on a Closey or a Graham or even like a Matt Roberts potentially is probably at his max money. But being lucky and keeping like a Howes and things like that definitely has helped quite a lot. For me, I want Petrarca next week. If I can get him in, would mean that I've got, an M9 who's effectively a keeper, but it does limit what else I can do with my team. So I just have to weigh things up. The forward line looks shitty, but that's okay because we've got a lot of rookies in there who are still making us money. So Harley Reid being 430k, one up, one down equals a primo. I don't have Tom Powell, but I do have Wilson and Darcy and a few of these other players who are going to make some money as well. So I'm hoping I can finish my team one up, one down, end on, let's say, 5 trades if I'm lucky, which gives me a few things to do. But the buy rounds are going to be brutal because I haven't been careful with my trades this year, and I still have to trade like a Jordan Sweet and some other players. So it's not great. It doesn't look fantastic for me. So yeah, we'll see. We're just kind of plowing through. I think the 3 trades from the buy rounds can't come any quicker. And it can mean that you can offload a 300k player from your bench and then 2 guys who are 400k off the field and go 2 up, 1 down. So I'm kind of waiting a little bit for that at the moment. Yeah, just some ideas.
Just some ideas. Very nice ideas. I'm
What are you
just
doing,
trying to
Joe?
see what it looks like if I trade out Tom Powell, what it looks like. So then I have Darcy Wilson here and Clay here. A lot of money in the bank. I'm just trying to see. Just looking at it.
Who did you try to trade before?
Sexton. But if Sexton's named, then it's too good to pass up. He's still got a -6 break even.
So what Joe's trying to do is similar to something that I've been planning a little bit with my team. Because cash gen has been so much this year. Like it's round 8 and I've got a $13 million team. Like it's a lot. Some people have more. Some people might be on 13-4 by now, which is bonkers. Get rid of the guys on field when they've plateaued and starting to go backwards on money versus sidewaysing a dead rookie to be able to make trades happen. And now Joe's done that. And cool, he's still got Sexton, doesn't matter. Uku Kamas can cover the position. It's not the best pick, but it's a pick. He can always do like a Kamas to the forward line and put a Graham on, and then that works okay. But now he's got money next week to do another upgrade on the field. And it's a straight upgrade on field as well. It's not like a half-ass upgrade. So, yeah, just something to consider for a lot of your teams is dead rookies necessarily aren't the worst thing all the time. They're not great, but you'd rather upgrade the player on field and forget about the bench if you can avoid it. So,
yeah. John kind of doing Ambrosio, Ryan, and Cadman to Jones. I really want to trade Powell instead of Cadman, but I feel like last week was the time to trade him out.
I've traded Powell this week. Joe's currently traded Powell this week. If you consider him not to be a keeper, I would jump off as quick as you can because he's going to lose more money. And the 300k player that you brought into your team, he's now negative in dollars. With the trade being around like 100k, he's now negative in dollars. So you need to offload him as quick as you can.
For sure.
And he's not going to score well against Gold Coast.
No. He is a must-have. Ryan is a must-have. Charles, how are you? Charles, is McCh worth getting at 300k? Yes. If you can work it.
Yeah. If you can work it, okay. If you can make it work, then okay. If not, I wouldn't do But people think he's a keeper. So if you think he's going to be a keeper, get him in. That's your own personal choice, and you wear it either way. Good pick, bad pick. It is what it is.
I'd get rid of Cadman if you had to pick one. I think Darcy's.
Yeah, I think
Darcy's been very consistent, and he's got Richmond this week. You look at his scoring. It's been, he's had 80, 109. Like, he's had quite a few 80s. He's a tough matchup, Sam Darcy, and he's gonna pop off this week. If you had to get rid of one, it'd be Cadman.
Yeah, and Cadman's not going to hopefully score that well on Essendon's backline either. I mean, it is Essendon, but yeah, I think they can hold him.
Is missing out on Darcy Jones okay if you're getting Merritt and Stewart?
Yes. But you just have to take into consideration what the rest of your cash gen looks like. Like, if Joe didn't have Darcy Jones but had, like, Garcia instead of Nguyen, cool, 100%, like, it's fine. But at this point in time, like, players generally take, let's say, 4 weeks after their bubble to mature in price. That's kind of your general idea. The players we bring in now are the ones that are going to be maxed price come the buy rounds. If you're starting to miss out on those players, come the buy rounds, you might not have an upgrade. So Tom Stewart is probably going to drop in price again this week. Can you hold out and then upgrade into Tom Stewart next week and still grab Jones and then probably go someone to a Sullivan next week? It's probably what I would be considered to do. But just something to keep in your head, like, yeah, Sullivan is probably the last guy outside of the mid-season draft, doesn't matter anyway. So Sullivan, like, next week, is probably the last time that we'll have an upgrade ready to go and some cash ready to go for the mid-season draft. Sorry, for the buy rounds. Just something to consider there.
Yep. Zorko, a good trade. He'll be top 6 if he keeps the role.
Yeah.
Going to get rid of one to get Oliver. Yeah, we've said it. Get rid of Cadman. When are you guys going to wrap this up? Pretty soon. We've gone for just over 2 hours now.
Probably 15 minutes.
Sure.
I've got some work stuff to do, so I can't stay much longer.
Bought Dylan last week for Steele. Need to trade Zach Williams and Powell. Going to risk with Sullivan. Think with Mitchell, appendix and foot to go groin. Yeah, for sure. I think Sullivan definitely keeps his spot in the side, and he played really well. Maybe, yeah, it could be worth the risk, but the problem is what happens if he gets injured, then that would really suck.
Yes, yeah. I hate going early on players. Closey, I think, is the only rookie that I've gone early on this season, and that's okay. But outside of that, yeah, I probably don't like going earlier on players, so I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I think this week there's definitely enough players that you can bring in, especially with Darcy Jones and DPP, that you shouldn't be forced to bring in a 102k player. Like, save it for next week. Be happy.
Yeah, for sure. Chris, which would you prefer, Ryan and Oliver or Butters and Dale? Ryan and Oliver.
Yeah, Ryan and Oliver, 100%. The only thing with Butters and Dale would be the buy round. But maybe. Ryan covers Butters anyway, so yeah, do the first one.
Yeah, potentially, but he's creating shots on goal. Having 15 shots on goal in 3 weeks is pretty good for a midfielder. Having 5 shots on goal a game, I'd be much more concerned if he wasn't having those shots on goal. You never know. Like, accuracy can be hit or miss. The Lions kicked 9 behinds in the third quarter. Accuracy can be pretty flippant, especially under pressure. So, look, the fact that he's had those 15 shots is really impressive. Why is everyone looking to trade Sheasel? The guy had 1 bad game. It wasn't just the game, Vela. It was mainly the role. That's changed. If he just clanged it up in the back line, then that's not a problem. But he had like 50% CBAs, which is a lot. John, Windsor was great for me. Oh, mate, well done. Yeah, Windsor the gun.
And not many people would have had him, period. So, like, a lot of us wouldn't have started him. A lot of people wouldn't have held him this long. So, bloody fantastic
there. What are your tips this week, boys? Because I've tipped Hawks to beat Saints in Tassie. I think they could. At Tasmania, they're a different specimen.
No, don't do it.
But this might have been their grand final. Last week might have been their grand final.
Probably.
I'm going. Do Carlton get more cavalry back or not?
Not sure. Well, we'll do our tips later on. Like,
Yeah,
another day's
true.
videos anyway.
Still too early in the week, Harry. Yeah, I already said that. Combin or Dempsey out. Combin's playing lockdown. And it's going to be wet and slippery.
Defender. It's rough.
And it's going to be wet and slippery over
You
there.
do both.
Good luck.
You do both. I think Dempsey's a better keeper. Like, if you have to choose. But, yeah. I don't know. I don't think Coleman's going to score much.
No.
I think Dempsey scored.
It's a tough one, Craig. I'm in a similar situation, only having one spot left in my defense. I think I'm going to go with Sinclair, given the midfield role and that incredible Marvel Stadium run. And then for the midfield, if you had to pick one, you'd probably go with Clary. I'm glad you had fun. It was just a joke, obviously. Skits, viral. Combin, Dempsey, or Roberts.
I think you did this already.
I think three of them. He's
keep
now,
Roberts. Keep Roberts.
Yeah.
Get rid of one of the other two.
100%. You were correct there. Pick up Green after bye. Every team is buys. Most important thing, you have 18 on field or even 20. Doesn't matter when bye occurs. Need to have rookies that can cover through buys.
Yeah. Which is why you're not bringing in any more rookies that have round 14 buys, because a lot of us have players out. So
yeah,
doesn't look good.
You said to Shawshank the logo was good, so basically you're saying Richmond is the GOAT. Now that's a very big extrapolation here, boy. Dot. It's just the GOAT. Yeah, the GOAT. Buku out for Jones or Zorko. If I get Jones, I have 500k in the
bank. Don't do it. Get Zorko. Zorko will be fine.
Hey, look, I don't mind Buku. I thought about trading him out, considering that his break-evens are up to 55, but he's got Richmond, and you saw what Fremantle did to them, just chipping around in the back line like degenerates. Yep. By the way, we didn't do a song hello. Yeah, I looked at that, boy. I was a bit sad not to see it. Maybe next week.
No, I think it's normally a Thursday thing, right? It's normally a Thursday. Like, it's not a Monday, it's a Thursday.
Oh, yeah, maybe it's just a Thursday thing. You're right. So don't worry about it. Sexton could have 32, 42, or 52. It doesn't matter. He'll come back as a forward.
That's all right. We just need him to play. He doesn't need to come back and score hundreds. But the guy's got a -6 break even. Like, whatever money he makes is good for us.
Correct. 100%. Why is Pies playing a Marvel? Because they're playing against an interstate team.
No, because Marvel Stadium has a thing that basically every Victorian team has to play there once as their home ground. It's just in the AFL, it's in the contract. And yeah, this is the time that the Pies play. So it's like Richmond. Richmond plays one game at Marvel every year. I think even Geelong potentially, maybe they've got out of it because they've got a home game, but it's just a contract there with Marvel. So
even the Blues, but the Victorian team will always be playing an interstate team. Is the thing when you're over there. You never have. Yeah, you wouldn't have two big
games at MCG.
Yeah, correct. Gorn, Suns players, Bont and Dacos, all great VCC options. Correct. AFL clips, thoughts on McCh? He's fine if you can do it without sacrificing too much. Good evening, Flag Pies. Do you reckon Heath Chapman is a good selection on the bubble at 250k?
No. I think the time for picking up these players is now over. McCh is a little bit different because there's potential for a keeper, but yeah, I think the time is now. It's finished. So yeah, don't do it.
Only 24 likes. Is this still only 24 likes?
Yeah,
it's up to 38 now.
Come on, fella.
People just not liking the stream. What can I say?
If you haven't already, smash the sub button. I need one more sub, and then I'll be happy because then we'll tick over to the next 10th. So if you haven't already, smash that sub button. We'll love it.
Please do. Oh, we'll have a look at that. I'll have a look at that for you, Velo. Nate, another option. Yo, Sheeds, Roberts, for Oliver Sinclair Zorko through DPP. Leaves 100k for next week.
Yeah, why not?
If you already own Ryan, then that's fine. I started the year with Ryan, Houston, and no Stewart as a pod, and now pods seem to be rare to find because these players are popping off and becoming must-haves. Your teams are too good, McLean.
But that's what happens, right? Unless you've got like a Dunkley, and a lot of us have a finished midfield already. This is just what happens. Like, pods are good at the start of the season, the middle of the season. By the end of the season, a lot of people don't have them because the good players get picked, and the ones that have enough trades to sideways a bad player out are the ones that end up being okay. So, yeah, that's just how it works.
Big J, when are you going to get the centre bounce Supercoach mugs made up? I suggested this at the start of the season. Joe has dibs on world's worst Supercoacher.
Mate, we can do that. We just been considering doing something a little bit different than just not having our faces on there. So if we go with just our faces, 100%, like it can be done tomorrow. It's more just kind of figuring that out. But I'd love to do some merch. You guys could have some centre bounce stuff, maybe a beanie like what DR's done, or so something. Figure it out, you know.
Not too shabby. Fabled. No one pressing to be traded out for me this week for once. Probably between Powell, Fife, Darcy, or Sheasel. Who's your best to go for me, please?
I would be looking at Powell. Powell or Fife.
Yeah.
It depends, but I think it's Powell. I think Fife plays a full game. Like, I think it was just a managed type deal. But yeah, I think Fife plays a full game.
Yeah. Like this comment if you hate the pies. There you go. Like it, guys. Like it. Fellas, suggest some funny lines to go on Supercoach personalized mugs. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Gorn had 83% TOG, which is why his CBA was lower. Fair enough. Carnage, says Kai. How's it going, Kai? I want to hold Roberts, but Parker back will take more of the points pie. So going Yo and Roberts to Ryan and Oliver. Very nice moves. I love it.
But Rob Parker won't play backline, will he? So how's he going to steal Roberts' score? Maybe it's overall.
No, it's mainly it's just over the overall 3,300 points. There's only so many points to go around per game, is what he's trying to say.
No, that's fair.
Maltesing, never trade Primos. Why would you trade Gorn? Oh my god, terrible idea. I need him to make my team complete. We'll have to wait until Sweet matures like a fine wine. Me too, Maltesing. Charles, yes, stay on English. Very possible. He had a great game against the big lumbering Meek last week, and that was at Marvel. Imagine what he's going to do to Nan Curvis at the MCG. Definitely a very good shout. Jen, how's it going? Up the pies. Congratulations. Our draw with you is looking very good all of a sudden now. Is it worth getting Oliver this week or wait another week?
It depends, right? If you feel like this is the first time that it's happened. So it's not like he's had 2 runs of 100 or 3 runs of 100. Yes, he's been building towards this 100%. If you think maybe he can survive, cool, no worries. Jump on him, sub 500k, you're set. Get a forward. So you get a midfield keeper really cheap. But it really just depends. If you feel like he's going to be good enough. I'm personally waiting. I think Melbourne's matchup means that it's going to be a little bit tougher this week. And then the following week they play Richmond and they should dominate. So Petrarca will go down. Oliver might go up like 20k. Cool. You'll be able to gauge it a little bit more. But yeah, I don't think we're going to see like a 150 hopefully this week from him.
English or Bont captain? Yeah, I know. It's so hard. I thought English had the better game than Bont, but Bont still scored more. So on that basis, I'm gonna lean with Bont because just I don't know, Bont's sliders. Just he plays the game on easy mode. Like he doesn't have to do much to get like max points for it compared to English. So I'm probably just gonna go with Bont.
I think I think English got scaled down a little bit too.
Yeah. Is Sinclair worth it this week? I think so too. I do think he's worth it, Aiden. Definitely worth a shot. Is Oliver and McCh good? Yes, they are. Is it crazy to go Stewart, Ambrosio out for Oliver? Wait, is it crazy to go Stewart, Comben, or Dempsey? D'Ambrosio out for Oliver, Ryan, Jones. I want to be trading out Stewart to do it. Comben or Dempsey, they can go, yes. Massimo can go, yes. Ryan and Jones in, yes. But I wouldn't be trading out Tom Stewart.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it. I think you could probably get away with doing a Sheasel if you can say, oh, look, I'm really worried about his role change. Cool, I've done Sheasel. But yeah, I don't think you could justify doing it.
We're going to wrap it up, guys, in about 5 or so minutes. So we're going to rock it through. Update on Yo, just through. Only at 1 to 2. There's a spanner. Nah, I'd trade him out. History of soft tissue. He's done a soft tissue. He's going to be out for 2. I'd trade him out personally. You don't know what he's going to be like when he comes back. He'll lose that confidence in his body. Hey, everyone, click on subs. About coming home on a Monday night, playing around the teams. Love you, Maltesing. Much love, brother. I've still got James Jordan on your Kent. Very nice.
Yeah, I mean, people kept Sheasel, and Sheasel's bounced back. Not Sheasel, McCh. So, yeah, why not?
Yeah, for sure. Travis is a midfield of Sarong, Merritt, Dunks, Dawson, Green, Walsh, Bont, Reed. A good midfield. It is. Very good. Obviously, Reed's not going to stay there. No. You need another primo, but that's great so far. Powell and Rao are going to tackle their way to huge scores in Darwin. And that's what I thought. That's what I thought as well, which is why I initially held him in my team review. I might still bring him back in. But yeah, I do like the tackle in Darwin. Can't choose between Neil and Dunks. I'd go Dunks. Thoughts on Roberts, Darcy, Klahisi? Oh, too early for Klahisi and Darcy. Too early for both, I reckon.
Don't trade guys who are playing North Melbourne this week because we're going to die.
Correct. Comben or Williams this week? Williams. He's done a hammy. Should I hold Sheasel or trade Sheasel for Ryan and Roberts to Oliver? Oh, that's a pretty decent second option there, I think. Dacos VC, Dacos C, VC, either Gorn or Bond. Fair enough. 20 shots on goal. Bro, a midfielder having 20 shots on goal is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The fact that he's creating those opportunities is unreal. Imagine he converts more. Those 90s, whilst being tagged, become 110s with a tag. That's
easy.
Too good.
Easy. And he's going to score a lot better too.
That would be ridiculous.
It was the
If we do McLean, lids off. What are your opinions on Dylan Moore? Great footballer, great role. Top 6. I know everyone's talking about Darcy Jones, but about the Cats rookie. I'm not going to read that. Because that is a very funny one. You are a cheeky boy. Naughty. Who do you think you're messing with, G Money, bro? We were here before these jokes.
You know what you need to do, G Money? There's Michael Bisping, the MMA fighter. He's got a live stream now, and people get him with all of these, and he just reads them out. That's the funniest thing ever. So.
I like it. Good try, though. I love it. Well done, G Buddy. Keep trying every week. I'd love it. Which trade is better? Mass and Powell out for Luke Ryan and Darcy Jones. Mass and Powell out for Heaney and Darcy Jones. Or Mass and Powell out for Oliver and Darcy Jones. You need Luke Ryan in.
Yep. Everyone else
and D'Ambrosio to McCh and Oliver. Or Darcy Smith over Darcy Smith.
No. Who's Smith?
I don't know who Smith is.
Darcy Jones? Roberts and Massimo to McCh and Oliver. Or
Darcy over Kobe. Stephen, I'm confused AF.
As I said, bring in the rookies who are going to make a lot of money. That's all I'm saying.
Could do a mug with Joe dressed like Britney's. Oh, baby. Parker to come in for Wicks. Probably. What round for the next DPP changes? Was it round 9 or was it 12? I don't remember.
Round 12. End of round 12. Yeah, end of round 12.
Need some bargains, boys.
Yep.
Oliver is your bargain.
Yep, and Parish, and a lot of people jumped on Dale 2 weeks ago as well. So they'd be laughing.
You can trade out Roberts Legend. Roberts going to drop money. Cadman should make a bit more money.
Oh.
Cadman can go next week.
Yeah.
Roberts to Sinclair, Combin to D Jones. Yeah. That's good.
Nice.
Stewart, small thigh issue, be careful. Oh, there you go. Thanks for the heads up. So I'm Powder Oliver. Might use another trade to get rid of a dead rookie, potentially Biggie or Ethan Phillips.
You've got Ethan Phillips. I wouldn't be trading Ethan Phillips. I think he's building to actually play at some point, so I wouldn't trade him. But yeah.
Pies have 2 home games at Marvel every year. Thank you very much, Ange.
There you go.
Is Sherry a long-term hold for R2? Bro, the way he's going, it looks like it.
Yeah, pretty crazy for 400k.
I started him in my very first team.
I know you did.
Zorko lock. If he keeps the roll, yes. More this week, Zorko next week. Very cool. New rookie this week. Ah, Yanko. Now Yanko's getting in on the action. Mug with Joe pointing at Ryan and Gorn and crying or steam out of ears. That it has to be chibi. Has to be chibi. I like it. That Brizzy rookie. I love it. Great way to end it. Great way to end it on some,
that's
genuine
our
comedy.
Monday night review of how the games went, answering all your questions. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you haven't already, smash the like button, smash the sub button. We're growing the channel. Give Joe some ideas of mugs and whatnot that you guys might like to purchase. That'd be great too. We've got our Right Home live stream on Thursday, so that's going to be a lot of fun. What have we got coming out this week, Joe?
As usual, everything that you guys have come to know and love, we're doing that on a regular basis. Thank you, boys, so much for coming on. Hope you all had, boys and girls, of course. Thank you all so much for coming on. Wayne King starting this week. I love it. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching.
Players have, I wouldn't be surprised.
Matt, yeah. So we're going to do our usual. We'll do the usual final trades video, captains, tips, break evens, all the usual stuff. Please like it and watch it as you guys have been doing so far. Can't thank you guys enough. Thank you so much for coming on here as well, as usual, on Monday nights. We will be seeing you all on Thursday night, hopefully, for the drive home.
And my team review has just dropped for this week. So check it out. Joe's is out as well. Should be a lot of fun.
Much love, everyone. Love it. Love it. You got me. You got me, Velo. You got me right at the end. I had to let one of you walk away with a win. Jeez. All right, guys. See you all on Thursday. Have a lovely rest of the week.